We're live, everybody. We're live. Welcome back to Last Night Productions. Today, we're watching two werewolf films from the 1980s, The Howling and The American Werewolf in London. We're going to start today with The Howling, directed by Joe Dante, starring Dee Wallace as Karen White. It's a film about a TV news anchor who suffers a traumatic experience, and she cannot remember anything from it. She suffers amnesia. So she has to go to the colony up in the woods where she runs into a little bit of trouble. She might meet some werewolves out there. And then we'll follow that up and we'll talk about The American Werewolf in London, directed by John Landis, starring David Naughton and Griffin Dunne, two buddies visiting the London countryside before they're attacked by a monster. David's left to try to figure out and pick up the pieces in London, try to figure out if he's going to turn into a werewolf or not. Maybe he will. I don't know. I think he does. Anyway,
let's
guys.
find out.
Yeah, let's get into that.
Let's find out.
Let's start off with The Howling, though, guys. Directed by our favorite, Joe Dante.
Yes.
Favorite of the show.
Yeah.
He did Gremlins. Ian, what'd you think about your rewatch on The Howling?
I like it a lot. I think it's a really good werewolf movie. I hadn't seen it until like probably 6-7 years ago, somewhere around there. I'd always heard about it. I sent Christian a clip last night and Scream. They're at the video store and this chick walks up to Jamie Kennedy. She's like, "What's that werewolf movie with E.T.'s mom?" He's like, "The Howling," horror straight ahead. And like yeah, I'd seen like maybe clips on TV back in the day. I remember the file cabinet scene. I remember seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'd never seen it until I finally sat down and watched it, and I like it a lot. I think it's a really good werewolf movie. I know some people don't like it. I know some people think that Karen White's sort of trepidations with Eddie Quist doesn't work with everything else in the movie. They think it's a strange juxtaposition. Like it's like a murder mystery mixed with a werewolf movie. I like that. I think it makes the movie unique.
Definitely.
Yeah, I have, I'm not a big fan of Dee Wallace as the lead. I don't know. I don't know if it's just her, or if it's just her character, the way her character's written.
Mm-hmm.
To me, she's like one of the least interesting characters in the movie.
Right.
Some of the effects don't work, but some of the effects also work very well. So, I take the good effects. I remember the better effects in this movie over the lesser effects. But yeah, I think Joe Dante's direction is really great. I like the scenery. I like they shot it all the colony scenes up in Mendocino. Really like the kind of
it looks like that.
Yeah, yeah. Like the fog and the mist and the forest and everything. I really like that. I like all the calls to other werewolf stuff and all the cameo appearances by a lot of people. I'm sure we'll get into. So yeah, I like The Howling. So
I forgot to intro everybody. We got Ian on the end. Special guest Susie today. What's up, Suze?
Hello.
We got Christian. What's up, Christian?
Hey.
Roman, how you doing?
I'm good. Yeah, not a werewolf.
Yeah, luckily, not yet.
So far, yeah.
So far.
Yeah, so you think?
Yeah, right.
Wait, yeah. Why you got to state that?
Exactly.
Nobody has to state
Yeah.
that if they're.
I almost did a
not-
spit take. But yeah,
I happen to not be a werewolf.
in case
I'm
everyone's
Carlos. Let's get back into it, guys. So, Ian said he likes The Howling. This is my first time watching The Howling, but you said it was a rewatch.
I've seen it like maybe 2 times, 3 times. I have it in the 4K. This is the first time I watched the 4K. I think it came out this year. It's
how's
really
the 4K look good.
it looked great.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a great job. I always like that poster too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's a really great poster. And the imagine your worst fear of reality. That's a great tagline.
Looks really good on archive,
They did?
Nice.
I guess.
Nice.
Yeah, if you guys can't find it anywhere, check out
Internet
archive.org.
Archive, yeah.
But Susie, is this the first time you've seen The Howling?
It actually is.
Okay, cool.
I'm
Oh,
kind of
shit.
ashamed to say,
Nice.
yeah.
Well,
is
me
wow.
too. Though.
I think this is
surprising.
Is this your guys' first too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies out there. It's tough to-
Exactly,
tough to get
yeah.
them all.
What'd you think about it, Suze?
I did like it. The effects are probably, I think they kind of weirded me out because when it started kind of bubbling and boiling, I'm like, what's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah.
And then it kept going and going and going.
Oh my god. Yeah, talking about the transformation
Really
scene.
long
Oh my
transformations,
god.
Yeah.
Which the special effects for the Howling were originally started by Rick Baker until his protege Rob Bottin stepped in to finish up.
Yeah, so Rick Baker could go and do American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
An American
Very
Werewolf. in
cool.
London.
Very cool.
Yeah, you know, the bubbling up, it reminded me a lot of Gremlins, because I think
Yeah.
that when Gizmo gets wet in Gremlins, he starts bubbling.
Yep.
Bubble, bubble,
Yeah.
bubble.
Yep.
That's right.
It's kind of cool.
I guess that's fitting.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, Joey Dante.
Mhm.
I like that too, though. The bubbling, definitely
I
unsettling.
think they call it, this was really big at the time. They're called air bladders. If you watch like a movie from this era, like there's a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess it was just big at the time.
Yeah,
They call it bladders, which
this new technique.
The new technique.
yeah. I think they
Sweet,
use
sweet,
condoms
sweet.
sometimes. They blow up a condom or something.
Oh,
Sometimes
hmm.
or balloons or something. But yeah, it's an interesting effect. It's an interesting it's very distinguishable.
Did you like the lead, Susie?
I did. I do like Dee Wallace.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think the character itself might have been a little lackluster,
Mhm.
but
Yeah, she
It's cool.
wasn't like a badass like Ash, where he
No.
chops off your chainsaw hand and starts shotgunning everybody. But
I don't
She's
need that either,
fine.
but
Mhm.
at the same time, I don't know. She's just kind of there, you
She
know.
was like a little damsel in distress.
Yeah.
yeah, and that's all it was. She didn't get her revenge or anything really.
Yeah.
As far as we
Yeah.
know.
Even at the end, she's saved by her fellow,
The
newscaster.
director of
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore comes and saves the day.
really?
Yeah, that guy went and directed a bunch of Adam Sandler movies.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Dennis Dugan.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
His
Chris.
name's just Chris. In the
Yeah.
film.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt like the lady he was with, can't remember her name.
She was more
Terry.
interesting. She comes up and
Terry.
actually is like looking at investigating and
Exactly.
everything.
Yeah. It's almost like they gave they took scenes from Dee Wallace's character and gave it to her instead. I guess, yeah, you could have just had her doing all the investigation and stuff, but she was off in the colony and,
Right.
yeah, I guess, which is a great name, by the way, the colony.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. Christian, what'd you think on your first watch?
I liked it. I was getting some Sarah Connor vibes from Dee Wallace.
Really?
Like
Yeah.
from the first Terminator.
From the first Terminator
Okay.
specifically.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Look and just character wise, I mean, she's like sort of this. They're both very scared.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
this. They're both very paranoid
Yeah.
about things, and just I don't know. I thought that I kept thinking of Sarah Connor when I was watching her. So yeah, the special effects are great. Most of the time, sometimes
Yeah. Sometimes. Yeah.
you can tell
Mainly
this
the
is-
end. That's my main
Yeah,
takeaway of bad effects in this movie is the end.
yeah. One of my favorite parts in the movie though has the bubbling special effect when Eddie transforms into the werewolf for the first time.
Right.
So
The first on-screen transformation that you really get to see.
yeah,
Yeah. It's great.
It is.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Even before, he looks so creepy with the red eyes and everything. Like he's just incredibly horrifying.
After two, the second time he transforms is when he's all
That's my favorite.
brutal. That's your favorite part
That's
of it?
like when he's just like in the close-ups of his face and everything, he looks horrible. Like horrible in a good way. Like he got screwed up.
Yeah.
I think she put acid on his face or something.
Yeah.
Did
like-
not do him justice. He looks very horrible in a great way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she started doing that, and I was like, "Is that like holy water?
Silver
this-
water.
Is
Yeah.
this Castlevania?"
Yeah.
Quicksilver.
Yeah, I think it's cool. Yeah, good first watch.
Nice.
of the Howling.
Rome, what'd you think?
Yeah, my first watch as well. Really good. It's definitely got to be top 2, top 3 of any werewolf movie I've ever seen.
Nice.
I'm a sucker for practical effects, and I've seen some of the relatively newer werewolf movies, and it's all CG
Right.
changes, and so to see it practical was really great in both these movies we watched. I liked Howling. It was a good time. I like that setting of the colony and that kind of isolation, and I was actually going to say, I know we'll talk about it more, but in an American Werewolf in London, it's kind of like psychological, a lot of it, but you really get a lot of it in this one too. She's got, like PTSD from her attack, and there's Dr. Wagner, the whole time he's talking about, our inner beast, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Another common theme in these two movies, is like It reminded me of Seinfeld. I was got to do my Seinfeld reference, the Kavorka, like people just can't stay away from Kramer. Women just love him for whatever reason.
Oh god, that's hilarious.
And you get a little bit of that in this movie in the Howling here. So yeah, it's mixing all these things: sex, violence, werewolves, and it's a pretty good formula. Joe Dante, it's not as funny as I thought it was going to be. I thought there was going to be more humor to it.
There's still a sense of humor to it, though, in ways.
For sure, definitely. Like some of the cuts and things like that.
Definitely not as much as other Joe Dante movies, which I kind of like about this one.
Yeah,
I think I kind of like that for the most part. It's pretty much a horror movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the tone is not as light as some other movies. Yeah. Well, again, we'll compare later. But
right.
I like that about this one. It took itself seriously and did what it came to do. It scared me. I'm not terrified or anything, but I could imagine in 1981 people would be, shitting their pants in the theater.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The scene where the lady's husband, I forgot his name.
William Neal.
Yeah, Bill Neal
was her husband.
Bill.
Okay.
In real life too, they were married.
Whoa.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if he really had that stash in real life.
I think he did.
It was the style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the style at the time.
Tied an onion.
Yeah. Tied an onion around his belt. It was the style at the time.
Tom Atkins stash.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
Yeah, but the scene where he goes and gets it on with Marsha, there's like a there's a certain special effect where it shows them like they're like outlined.
They're like it's a cartoon.
Yeah, it's like a cartoon.
Yeah.
That kind of scared me a little bit. That
I like that. Some people don't like that. I guess they ran out of money.
yeah,
And that's why they kind of had to just make a cartoon. I like it though.
Sort of fun.
No,
to do.
it's-
I think it looks cool. Yeah.
it's creepy cool.
Yeah.
Like that's what I mean.
I could see if maybe some people are like that looks goofy. I think it works personally.
Yeah.
I like it.
I mean, you look at when it was made,
And that too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's-
And especially if they ran out of money, I mean, like what else are they gonna do?
It's only a couple seconds.
Exactly.
on
And
the
that
screen.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another shot when they're driving away at the end before they get to it's like a transition from when they're driving away until they get back to the news station. They're like claymated werewolves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And I like that
yeah, yeah.
too.
Some stop
Again,
motion.
it's kind of goofy, but I like
Huh.
that too.
No, yeah, it was.
It's like a
quick little
blinking. It's like
thing.
a blink and you'll miss it. It's really quick.
They
It
kinda-
shows it shows three of them.
They kind of do that a little bit
Okay.
in Gremlins.
Exactly.
as
Yeah.
well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's smart.
Yeah. I think it works.
That animation you're talking about when they're getting it on. It's the same as like the Lord of the Rings movies. If you guys have seen those, the animated ones.
Oh
before.
yes.
Oh, the cartoon.
Yes.
I never saw
The
those.
Ralph Bakshi or whatever you want to call.
Yeah.
I think that's his name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ralph something.
Yes, he made like Watership Down and Cool World with Brad Pitt. He did a bunch of like weird animated movies.
Oh, I've never seen.
Almost
any
kind of heavy metal, also a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
That's
that's what I was
that like
thinking.
style at the
Yeah.
time. It was the style at the time. But
But yeah, I like that. That was cool. I thought. Like,
I've heard people shit on it. I think it. I don't know.
It's
Do you
sort
think it
of
works?
jagged.
I think it looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always thought it
Like-
looked neat.
Like
People
you
will
said,
shit
that
on
heavy
it.
metal effect.
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
that,
Yeah.
It gets your point across.
Yeah. So Carl, your first time watching it, you like it?
First time watching it, I made the mistake of watching American Werewolf in London, and that blew my mind. And then I went to the Howling afterwards, and I was like, "Oh, it's not the same."
I told you if you'd
Yeah.
never seen
Ooh.
either, I would recommend watching Howling first and then American Werewolf in London second.
Yeah, I was just so juiced off of London that this one was almost a letdown for me.
Yeah, I can kind of see that
Um,
a little bit.
Yeah, but then I gave it a second watch through this week, and I was able to look at it a little bit more, with the critical eye.
Mhm.
It's good. It's fine. It's no American Werewolf in London,
Yeah.
but we have Dick Miller from Gremlins
Yes.
in here. We love our Dick Miller.
Yeah.
Mr.
He's great. He's
Fetterman.
great in this fucking movie.
Yeah,
he's probably
he's
one of the
awesome.
best characters in this.
Yeah. And he's only in it for what, like maybe 5-10 minutes.
Maybe
It's like 2
But
scenes.
he's great.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you catch in his shop they have the dead grandmother from Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
No,
Just in the shop in the chair.
What?
Yeah.
That's hella cool.
Yeah. Because the art director, the set designer was the same person for these movies.
Whoa, that's
I never
hella
knew
cool.
that.
Huh.
Yeah.
I felt a little Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the colony.
Yeah.
Like how they're all
Sure.
a family.
Right. Yeah.
and they're all in on it. And
Yeah.
you know how like there's a guy at the gas station in Texas Chainsaw You know,
and
there's-
he's in on it.
Right.
Yeah, the doc's in on it in this one. And
That's one thing I really like about this movie too. I've always liked that motif. You go someplace kind of secluded and all the people are in on it and you're not. It's very Twilight Zone-y. It's very Star Trek-y.
Yeah.
Get Out has that same kind of premise. I guess you'd say maybe it's a cliche. I've always liked it.
Yeah.
I think it works.
I did like that aspect
Yeah.
of this film.
Same.
We also saw Slim Pickens as the sheriff of the
Yeah.
town. That was kind of cool seeing Slim.
Yeah.
We love our Slim too.
It's got a great cast. Kevin McCarthy as the head news. Kevin McCarthy and Joe Dante are big friends.
Yeah.
Mm.
I was trying to figure out what this film's trying to do. Is it trying to point out that television can be a cruel mistress? I recently watched Men and Barbarian, where the themes are basically men are bad to women. I was trying to see if that was going on here because, of course, Karen White, she's walking through the alleyway to meet somebody, and this guy's like, "How much?" He
Right.
stops her,
Mhm.
and then of course the murderer. What's his name?
Eddie Quist.
Eddie.
Yeah.
Eddie's trying to murder her. He's showing her some pretty crazy pornos.
Porno in this and American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another running theme as well.
Yeah.
Her
Oh, yeah.
husband kind of leaves her as well for Marcia.
Yeah.
So I was trying to figure out maybe that's one of the themes here, that men are bad, but I don't know.
I was reading it sort of as we're all basically animals, you
Mhm.
know, in a way. And there's
Hmm.
just a thin veil of society like separating us between. I think they say as much in the movie at some point, but yeah, you know, we're all animals, and Karen, she seems to be a little above it
Yeah.
in a way.
Ooh, yeah,
Doesn't
because she does
give
try
in.
to reveal it at the end. Like,
Right.
no, seriously, we are all animals.
Yeah.
Like, check this shit out.
Yeah.
And,
Which I love that ending. It's
Yeah,
a pretty good ending.
me too. And at the bar, the guy's like, whatever. Like, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
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 She likes it rare,
Yes, that she does.
but they cook it like
It's not that rare. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
those credits go on for too long.
Yes. Yeah. I like the score over the credits, like the harmonica.
Mm.
Pino Donaggio did the score. He's a good composer.
That's another
Yeah.
thing is the score in the Howling is pretty good too. They have the choral,
Yeah, the
Mhm.
chorus, like, yeah.
which sounds familiar. Did we hear that in like X maybe recently when the old ladies hunted people, or maybe I heard it in Men? It was one of those.
It's probably
new
it's in a
horror
lot of
films.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Barbarian, maybe.
Maybe I got to go back and revisit those ones
Yeah.
and figure out who's taking influence from the Howling.
Hey,
on their
it's a good
scores.
movie to take influence from, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Another thing is Eddie. He leaves the smiley face stickers wherever he goes as a calling
Yes.
card, and
Yeah.
then Gremlins we see it on the fridge.
On the fridge. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
Kinda cool,
awesome.
too.
Yeah,
That's cool.
that's a cool little callback to the house. That's what I
Never
guess
caught that.
got Joe Dante the job for Gremlins. This movie.
What's
This movie
that?
is made for like $1.5 million and made like 17 million. That's a good
Oh wow,
Oh, yeah.
that's really good.
profit. So
Yeah, I would say this one's okay, but if somebody comes over this Halloween, I'm gonna put on American Werewolf in London.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it's a good double feature. Like this and American Werewolf in London are a very good double feature.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you got the
it's a good-
time.
I would show it
Right.
like that. I would show the Howling and then an American Werewolf in London. It's just me personally,
Mhm.
but yeah, it's very good.
Yeah.
They complement each other.
How about the rules? Because it seems like these two movies play by a different set of rules. This
Yeah.
one's a little bit more classic, where we have to have silver bullets to kill them, otherwise they regenerate and come out of the morgue and pop out.
Right.
That was
What-
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. In this film, the wolf is bipedal, so it stands on two legs. More of a classic. Is it Lon Chaney? was the
Lon
call?
Chaney. Lon
Lon
Chaney
Chaney?
Jr.
Yeah, he's the classic werewolf man.
They show him in this.
Yeah,
They show clips and then they mention him in American Werewolf in London.
Yeah, he was mentioned a lot
Yeah.
in these films.
It's like Professor Lupin,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like a little meta in both.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's one thing that I noticed in Gremlins is the director Joe Dante. He likes to use a lot of movie references. Like Gizmo's watching Rambo. Gizmo's watching that race car.
He's
movie.
watching
Gizmo's
Invasion of the Body Snatchers, which stars Kevin McCarthy.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're watching the Wolfman.
In this film.
The cartoon of the big bad wolf or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Mhm.
a Looney Tune or something.
Yeah.
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 Very appropriate.
Joe Dante likes his cartoons.
Mhm.
And I don't blame him. I like cartoons also.
Well, but I thought that was interesting. That's definitely a Joe Dante thing in my mind. But then in American Werewolf in London, they're watching a lot of television as well,
Right.
and making
yeah.
a lot of those same references. As
I
well.
like the transitions, and there's a lot of like television wipes in a way like in
You're
this.
changing the channel.
Yes, yeah.
Mhm.
I like with the opening credits and stuff too. I've always really liked that about this movie. Kind of
Yeah.
just gives it a little something. Which I
Yeah,
like.
No, you're right. There's like a television theme going on there. And
something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and someone smarter than me probably would know
hmm
uh,
Same.
what they're trying to say
Same.
with that. But yeah, they control all. There's a
Yeah.
secret society of.
Exactly.
It's an Illuminati movie. Actually.
Yeah. Everybody kept saying when they were introduced to Karen, "Hey, ain't you the lady from TV?"
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's saying.
Yeah, buzz off.
Buzz off, sucker.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, so on my second rewatch, I realized, oh wait, everybody's in on it, even the doctor at the beginning, and he's like saying, "Go to the colony, go to the colony. You know, you'll find help."
He wrote a book called The Gift, I think. Is that what his book is that he's chilling?
Oh, I can't remember the title.
I think it's called The Gift.
The
They
Gift.
call it that. They call their curse The Gift.
Oh,
It's
Yeah.
the gift.
The Gift. The Gift
Dude.
peanut butter.
but it almost feels like they were trying to set up the big fancy news lady to come into the colony, which I don't know why you would want to put so much of a spotlight onto it.
Which not Karen White?
Karen White.
Karen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, why would you want to put a big spotlight on your colony if you're trying to hide?
I think back then you could be a little more secretive, maybe. Or maybe that's what he wants. He's on the news, like talking about
Yeah,
the
he's got his
gift and-
whole,
yeah,
like,
he's promoting it.
Yeah, he's got a book.
Yeah.
Showing.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't
Definitely
know.
taking over. just
Perhaps.
trying to turn everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
perhaps.
I guess because whoever goes over there, you're gonna end up
Yeah.
having a good old time.
A good old
You're gonna
time.
listen to that wacky band. They look like the band that sings "Thinking of You's working on my head before afternoon delight." They're like that hippie band.
Yeah,
The chicks are wearing like dresses all the way down their ankles and stuff.
yeah. I'm not sure what they were planning to do. Maybe it is like a they live type thing where they're trying to control society as werewolves or something. But then by the end, they're like dump a body in the lake, in the river, burn the car, like make it look like an accident.
Yeah.
all that
Right.
Stuff. Maybe at
Yeah.
that point it was just too far gone.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, this Karen, she ain't coming.
Yeah.
She ain't coming with us. Fuck this woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder why they did want her though in the beginning. Why Eddie was going after her and stuff. Maybe he was a lone wolf.
Yeah, I think Eddie's just kind of a psychopath.
Yeah, he's just crazy.
He's got all the news clippings. I like that too.
Mhm.
Yeah, and the sketches.
There's
This
one.
boy had
there's,
talent.
there's one. It's like oh man, it's like like sailor gang rape or something weird.
Oh my god.
I thought that was the
Was-
movie, one of those film movies, maybe one
One of the
of
film-
the porno movies, like that.
No, it
when he
was in his
showed
and
to
it was in his shack up at the colony. And one of the news clippings says something about like a wacky gang rape.
Yeah, I saw that.
I
I
was
just
like,
thought it
boy.
was like I thought he just had a naughty movie there,
Oh, maybe.
but I don't know. This is the '80s.
Yeah.
so,
I like this. I
That was
like
the home video market.
the porno setting's kind of fun too.
yeah. It
Talking
goes
about-
into the more the animalistic. Again,
Yeah.
You know.
Talking about the like when you're going into the room,
The room up
With
in the
the-
colony, there's like all these news clippings. There's news
Yeah.
clippings in his apartment too.
right?
Some of them are. One of them says like "Man Eaten Alive" by Piranhas. That's a reference to Joe Dante directed Piranha right
Mm.
before this.
Uh,
Little fun little things scattered through this movie.
Easter eggs.
Yeah.
It reminded me a little of like when they go into Tommy Jarvis's room in Friday
Oh,
the 13th. He's
yeah.
got all the masks
Yes,
and everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But
Yeah.
this guy had sketches.
Exactly.
He's not as far along in his special effects career.
Yeah.
Too
Yeah.
busy killing.
Not as the 12-year-old Corey Feldman.
Yeah, exactly. He's a boy
Yeah.
genius.
Exact. True. Yeah.
Fixing cars and anyway.
I was
You guys,
trying
you guys like the character? Oh, what are you gonna say? I'm sorry.
I was trying to figure out, is it a wolf power when Karen can't remember her trauma in the beginning? Like, was that something Eddie did to her, or did she just like snap and like literally has trauma where
I don't know.
she has amnesia?
Could be both. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I want to
what
ask if that's.
I would say that's probably just her.
Probably just her.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
That's a
Just the
great
brain
scene.
tries to forget.
You don't see him. I like that a lot too.
yeah.
You don't see him initially,
You can
Yeah.
see
and when he's on the
projector
phone,
light.
you only see his mouth and stuff. You know, like I like how they don't really reveal him until the end.
He's like licking his lips. Did you wear?
Yes.
Are you wearing what I wanted you to wear?
Licking his lips. Yeah,
Big bad wolf.
yeah,
So hot.
Gross.
yeah.
two types of people.
Gross.
So hot.
Gross. Yeah.
Hey, don't kink shame me.
Exactly. Yeah, come on.
Dick Miller in the shop, he says they're shapeshifters. Of course, they don't need a full moon. They could just change on
Right.
command.
Right. That was interesting. That
I
was
don't know
fucking
if I like
interesting, man.
that. I don't know if
I
like
prefer
that.
the full moon.
Yeah, you gotta have the full moon.
Yeah.
That's the whole shtick.
But
It's
at
like-
the same time, it's kind of interesting to not have it. It's different.
Changes the
I mean,
formula a little
yeah,
bit.
I
Yeah.
prefer the full moon. We didn't even add like if we prefer bipedal or four-legged.
Yeah.
Well, it's classic. I think Lon Chaney, he was bipedal, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
classic. But I liked American Werewolf in London.
Yeah,
With the four-legged ones.
I think I prefer the werewolves in these.
Really?
I think I do.
Okay.
I think I prefer
How they stand.
bipedal. Yeah,
Me too.
they're just more menacing.
Bipedal. Yeah,
Not
exactly.
that the one
Really?
in America, obviously the one in American Werewolf in London is very menacing, but
He's-
just that they can
More
like
violent.
kind of tower over you.
Mm-hmm.
That's just pretty freaky to me.
Yep.
So
Yeah, they just walk
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, you're good.
Got these big wolf arms. Yeah, no, it,
exactly.
it was interesting, like you said, Carlos. They kind of seemed like they followed more traditional rules with this movie, but then yeah, they just throw it out with the full moon thing.
Yeah.
I think they are just trying to like do a little twist on it.
Right.
Same as I gotta come up with a shorter name for an American Werewolf in London because it's gonna be
Ooh.
exhausting saying it.
Yeah.
And
Werewolf-
you need
werewolf-
American
werewolf
werewolf
in-
in London.
Yeah.
in London.
Werewolf in London.
Yeah. They bend the rules a little bit in that one as well. So
Yeah, they do.
I'm with you though. I like bipedal more.
Yeah.
Although the ones in this movie are not as violent as the one in
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
London.
That's good point. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they're more.
It's-
They seem like they're toying more in this movie.
Yeah.
You know, but they couldn't even like break the cop car windows that much.
Right.
I feel like
They tear through the roof though, don't they?
they get there
Yeah,
eventually. Yeah. But yeah, not as violent as I would have thought
Right.
from looking at them. You know,
Right.
but I did the same thing as you. I watched an American Werewolf in London first, and then I came here. So yeah, there were some differences there.
Mm-hmm.
Big key differences.
Oh yeah. Which one do you guys prefer, bipedal or four-leg?
Yeah, I guess I would go with bipedal because otherwise it looks more just like a regular dog. You know, it's
Right, yeah.
not.
kinda.
Big old wolf.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
because it's just like it's a wolf.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
Right.
It's a wolf just looking like a wolf,
Right.
with like the eyes and very brutal looking face.
Right.
So it's still menacing, but yeah, you know, when you have like someone standing, you know,
It's just a little more intimidating, I feel like.
it's a little more
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
What do you think, Susie?
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bipedal?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like for some reason too they'd be faster.
Yeah,
Even though,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think most people would agree because any werewolf I've seen since is on two legs, you know.
But that's what I also like about the four-legged beast in Werewolf in London is because you don't see a lot of four-legged werewolves too. So like I do
Yeah.
like it. It's just I guess I just run with the crowd and
Mhm.
prefer bipedal. But it was cool that they went four-legged. It's different, you know. Again,
Yeah.
makes it unique.
Mhm.
Again, it's nice that these movies have their uniqueness to them.
They're a little bit more smarter in this one because they're obviously making a whole colony
Right.
of them. They
Yeah.
can plan things out. They're almost invincible because you have to use silver bullets. But I don't know. The body count felt a little bit bigger on London.
Oh,
He was
definitely.
just
Yeah.
chewing
many-
through everybody.
Not many people die, I think, in Howling. Just a few.
No, yeah, because Eddie
feel like
doesn't
a
even
few.
die in the beginning.
I mean, I guess technically they all die. Yeah, pretty much.
They burn.
Oh, yeah,
I guess
a bunch of them.
on-screen deaths, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I don't know.
Or human deaths,
Or
rather.
human,
Because
yeah.
we're just shooting all the werewolves.
Right.
Which I really do like that is they're all like, go ahead, shoot us. What are you going to do? And then he's like, I have silver bullets. They're all like, no, you don't. And they're like, okay.
Well, I like-
and then like,
Great.
oh shit, he does.
I like when
I'm
Eddie
dying.
takes the gun from him and he just gives it back to him.
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
doesn't think he has
He's like,
silver.
Well, is that it? Because I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of
Oh,
these
yeah.
motherfuckers want to die.
Maybe.
Remember, he's like, I want to
Ooh,
burn.
Yeah.
Let me go. I want to burn.
Yeah.
That's right.
Grandpa's
yeah.
off his rocker. Again. No, that's John. That's John Carradine. He was in a bunch of the Universal monster movies. Again, like
yeah.
all these cool people in this movie. Yeah, and then when he shoots Patrick McNee, he goes, "Thank you" or something.
That's
It's like he said, these
right.
motherfuckers want to die.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
doctor, he was ready to
I
go.
think that's what, in a way, I think that's why he's like, take it, consider it a gift. My bright boy. He keeps calling him bright boy or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think
Maybe
Eddie
not.
knew there
Maybe
was
they
silver.
didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe not Eddie. At least he seems like you guys said a little more crazy,
Yeah.
unstable.
He was like, "Go ahead,
Yeah.
shoot
Yeah.
me, shoot."
See
See what
what
Yeah,
I
I've
got.
always liked that
I'm
scene
already
a lot.
burned and acid.
That might be my favorite because again, makeup is so incredible in that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Great
it's
makeup.
really
He looks
good.
amazing. Again, just horrifying.
I was having a tough time deciding between that and the first time he transforms because the first time, it's the first time you see him doing it.
Right. Well, he's
But-
got that great. I'm going to give you a piece of my mind. Takes a bullet out of his
Yes,
head.
that as
Great
well.
line.
Literally gives her a piece of his mind.
Exactly.
I heard that was improvised.
Robert Picardo. Again,
shit.
Robert Picardo. He was in The Burbs. He's in Gremlins 2. He's a big Joe Dante collaborator. He's a good actor.
He uses a lot of the same actors.
Yeah, I
as a
always
lot
like
of
that.
directors do.
He's the Doctor in Star Trek Voyager. The
Oh, right.
hologram.
Yeah.
Wow.
My dad loves Voyager. He's
It's a good show.
he's
So does mine.
It's
he's
one
a
of the, it's
Trekkie
one of
and
the
he loves
last good,
Voyager.
really good Star Trek shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad was crazy. Or he is crazy in the Star
Big
Trek.
Star
I
Trek
didn't know
fan.
that. I'm gonna talk to your dad about Star Trek next time.
Yeah, he grew up watching
That makes sense. The old ones.
the Captain Kirk and
And Picard probably too.
yeah, well he was
Probably more so the Kirk.
Yeah.
Kirk and Spock.
He
did
knows
they
that
ever
one
fight
more.
werewolves?
Huh?
Did they ever fight werewolves in Star Trek?
I don't
They
know.
probably fight something like werewolves, I'm sure.
Tribbles.
Like
Tribbles.
Trolls
The
or
trouble with
something.
tribbles.
They could.
One comparison too, I liked the Howl a lot more in An American Werewolf.
It's a little more
in London.
scary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
way scarier. Like
Yeah.
again, more traditional, just ow in this
Yeah.
movie, but like it's like a scream.
It's really weird. Yeah.
yeah. So
It's pretty frightening.
yeah, after coming from London to this one, I was like, Psh, these howls don't scare me. She's like
Right.
recording them.
Yeah,
Those are just some coyotes.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd be more worried about
Coyotes.
coyotes if I were you.
Coyotes. Yeah, no, it's fun to. This is a fun double feature. Like it's perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect for this month.
I honestly I think you can watch these anytime. It's like they are perfect for this time. But again, it's just like I could probably pop this on when this came out in March. Just had a really fun time with it.
Oh wow, this was a March release.
That's what it
Oh, wow.
said. Yeah.
Has anybody seen Wolfen?
No, I was talking to. I think we were talking about that. Yeah, because Cameron's like, "Are you guys going to review Wolfen too?" The other 1981. It has a great. I've seen the trailer because I have this compilation of 80s horror movie trailers. It's a great trailer. It's an awesome trailer. I've never seen it though.
Yeah, I'm
Is it-
curious.
Is it like Castle Wolfenstein or?
I don't know. I don't think so. And the Nazis fighting
Yeah.
werewolves.
Return to Castle Wolfenstein?
Wolfenstein 3D.
Hey, what's up with Nazis and werewolves? Why are they?
I don't know.
Interlinked.
I mean, there are
like that?
rumors Hitler was trying to make an army of werewolves. Isn't that, there's all those crazy rumors like that.
Yeah, actually,
Messed
know.
up werewolf.
Yeah.
the sword or whatever. The
Yeah.
mythical sword thing.
Yep.
Yeah, well, they didn't make an appearance in this movie, as far as I know.
No, I don't think so.
They are in London.
You
Oh,
might
yeah.
not have noticed it, but your brain did.
Exactly.
Let's transition now to An American Werewolf in London, guys.
Already?
Yeah, we could rate
Okay.
Howling at the end because we'll
Okay.
still be talking about Howling.
Did you have anything you wanted to bring up?
I want to talk about
Oh,
the
yeah.
silver bullets because in American Werewolf in London, like when he's like a silver bullet, he's like, "Don't be silly, David."
Yeah,
Mhm.
You know.
yeah.
But
that
they
movie
go by the
bullshit.
full moon. I like when he takes the silver bullets. He's like, "Hey, wait a minute! I don't even know what to charge for you though. I need to get with the jeweler.
Yeah,
So you can bill me." And he's got one of the best lines. He goes, "Crazy fuck."
Yeah, I like the
Little dick
implication,
miller.
like somebody ordered silver bullets.
I never picked him up.
Yeah.
Some joker ordered them, never picked them
Well,
up.
they probably
So
died. you know,
funny.
Yeah.
Or
Probably.
shit,
Yeah,
I
maybe
didn't think of
so.
that.
Yeah, maybe so.
they didn't get
Yep.
a chance.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang.
Somebody ordered the silver fish.
There's so
Silver bullets.
we never knew. We never found out who did.
Get you guys a soda or anything?
I'm gonna take a restroom break again.
Is this our official intermission?
Yeah, we're taking a little sec here.
Carlos, I don't want to grab your stuff, but there's a Gremlins 2 signed by Joe Dante.
Shouts out to Joey.
Yeah, this is his signature. It looks. If I ever had a signature, oh man, I'm not really good at showing. If I ever had a signature, it would look like that too. It's just my name.
Carlos
Joe Dante.
tried to
Hard to see
take a
backwards.
Polaroid with that, and Joe Dante slapped him silly.
Really?
Slap me
No.
across the mouth.
Oh, I was gonna say,
Knocked
like,
it out
did he
your
really
hand
just?
and then-
Yeah, I was nervous. I was stumbling around. I was like, Ian, could you take my picture, please? And then Ian took my picture, and then I turned around. I'm like, okay, now can I get a Polaroid? And he's like, no, get the fuck out of here.
Is it the Flash? You think that he's?
Well,
not
I felt
into?
like it was just me taking up too much time, but then we watched Gremlins 1 and 2, and that's like her main weapon, and she's flashing all the gremlins.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
so he
right.
was like, "Oh, look at this guy! Oh, he thinks he's gonna like make me burst into bubbly mess or
I think
something."
Joe Dante might be a gremlin. No.
I mean,
Or
Red
Werewolf.
light.
Here's the Blues Brothers too, John Landis.
Yes, another John Landis.
Yeah. Again, sorry, I don't want to grab your stuff or anything. I just
Never seen the Blues Brothers.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
me neither. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. I remember it being funny.
Yes.
I think an American Werewolf in London was funnier.
move there.
Dude, yeah, it was.
How are we gonna prop this shit up? Should I knock over Howling?
Life could be a dream.
Here, just put it right here. Boom. And then I'll get the other one.
There's a poster. Should we try to get the poster up? I don't really like the poster.
poster?
Yeah.
It's a two-sided poster, right? Is it?
Yeah.
I remember liking one side more. I really want to get a shirt that says "The Slaughtered Lamb."
Oh God. Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
That would
Slaughtered
be
lamb.
awesome.
That's a place you go in Diablo 2. The
Really?
Slaughtered
Like
Lamb.
it's actually called the Slaughtered Lamb?
Mhm, the
Oh, that's
Slaughtered
hilarious.
Lamb Inn. Yeah, it's. I think it's where you start.
Really? That's
Either that or it's in Tristram or whatever.
nice.
Where the hell portal was opened.
Was this your first time watching American Werewolf, Susie?
No, I've seen that one a few times.
Oh,
I actually
okay.
watched it just a couple months ago too.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Ooh, Werewolves of London. That song connected to that at all? You know,
I don't know.
I mean, you know, it's werewolves in London. I mean, there's that connection.
I thought it was a promo.
No.
Yeah, was it in the
could have
trailer?
been.
No. I know a lot of people, because there's a lot of music in this. A lot of people are like, why didn't you use it? I think it's maybe for the best. It would have been maybe a little too on the nose.
Yeah.
Two on the nose, yeah.
I mean,
Well,
they're
every-
all on the nose.
Yeah. Well, there's a theme.
I see. Man,
There's a theme.
moon
It's not just
rising.
yeah. It's all songs about moons.
Mooning.
So I
Yeah.
think it was interview Joe Rogan. He might have been interviewing the special effects guy Rick Baker recently, maybe a couple years ago actually. But I was listening to that one, and Joe Rogan's like, "Man, this is one of my favorite films. I remember seeing it, and I think Joe Rogan even has a big old werewolf in
Oh
his studio
yeah, he does. Yeah.
from
Oh,
the
I've seen
film."
that, yeah.
So I was like, okay, so apparently it's a legendary film. I gotta watch it. I finally watched it for the first time, and it is too good, you guys. It is too good. I'm hooked.
It's a great movie.
Mhm.
I don't know too many John Landis films. I guess he did Blues Brothers.
Yeah, Animal House. It says, what does it say? So it mentions Animal House. It's like from the director of Animal House, a new kind of animal or
Yep.
something.
Because
Because he was mainly comedy. He directed Kentucky Fried Movie. He's like mainly comedy.
Trading Places. Schlock.
Yeah. Schlock is a wacky fucking movie.
I've only seen YouTube clips
Oh
of Schlock.
God, it's wacky. Yeah, I'm gonna try to speak. I think he's a horrible person, but I'm gonna try to speak as positive. It sucks. He's made some of my most favorite movies.
Well, I think we've talked about it before on the show, but he did the Twilight film,
Yeah.
No, he did the Twilight Zone film.
the Twilight
That's
Zone
a big.
movie.
There's a big difference
The
between
Twilight.
Twilight and
Oh my
Twilight Zone.
god!
I
Big
was
Edward fan.
I was gonna get
Remember?
into this. Do you guys prefer vampires or werewolves? I was asking both of you last night.
Yeah,
Mm.
Jake and I told you Jake and I were talking about that last
Good
week.
question.
Yeah.
I was never a werewolf fan until doing this double feature.
Same.
Now I'm a big werewolf fan.
Because
Yeah.
I haven't seen a ton of werewolf movies. That's why earlier I was like, that's a top 2 werewolf movie for me, but that's like 6 of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Vampires are definitely more saturated than werewolves. Probably because
Yeah.
werewolves, it feels like you can only do so much.
Right.
Having grown up in the era of the Twilight movies,
I was Team Jacob.
I don't know.
I don't even know who the hell that is.
He's a
one of
werewolf.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay.
what's
I
the
forget
Taylor
that
Lautner?
there's werewolves in that as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stupid ass movies.
Yeah, I've never seen or
Are
read
they
the books.
werewolves or are they like lichens or something? Are they a
lycanthropes?
different name? I don't know.
I have
Yeah,
no idea.
I forgot about
Who
Underworld
cares?
movies.
Oh, I forgot. I've never seen those either.
Oh, those are some
I'd
decent.
like to watch it. You know, Kate Beckinsale.
Kate Beckinsale.
Those were
Charles
big movies
Dance.
when those came out.
Yeah.
I think is it Tywin Lannister in those movies? Anyway,
Really? Oh,
Oh.
that's cool. Charles Dance.
yeah, or the guy that looks like him. Bill Nye. I can't remember.
Bill
which one.
Nye the Science Guy.
No, Bill Nye.
Oh,
But maybe it was Bill Nye.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Yeah, turned into a werewolf.
I'd watch
That's what
that.
Howling was missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need Bill Nye.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he come back and give us the whole science behind becoming a werewolf?
He should.
I would watch that.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
should.
Yeah.
everybody,
And his
should
little bow
watch that.
tie.
Yes.
A bow tie on the werewolf.
Yeah.
It'd be adorable.
It's cute.
So American Werewolf in London, that's on Amazon, streaming on Amazon if you guys have that. There's 2 versions. I couldn't tell the difference.
Me neither.
Um,
Same runtime, and didn't seem like they were.
Yeah, there's only one cut of this movie.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
I didn't know if
that's weird.
there's like a director's cut or whatever.
Yeah, but I don't know why.
Yeah. But if you do watch it on Amazon, I highly recommend using their X-ray kind of deal.
Mm.
Not only does it show like all the cast in the scene, but it also gives you like trivia. I saw a
Oh,
lot of trivia.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was really cool. I guess that originally the studio wanted Belushi to star as his friend.
I'm sure
and,
maybe John Landis might have wanted that too.
Yeah, right.
yeah, and Dan Aykroyd as David.
Oh, they really did want
Oh,
The
Belushi and
Blues-
Aykroyd?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess John Landis was like, I'm gonna use new faces.
Okay, well, that's a smart move on his
Yeah.
part.
Yeah. And they were
Nothing
busy-
against them. It's just
Yeah.
that
Dan
that-
Aykroyd's like, beep boop, I am a werewolf.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh God.
I guess those 2 are busy working on Neighbors.
Oh,
I don't
that
know if
probably
you've seen
too.
that.
That's a weird ass fucking movie.
Is that
also.
okay? I never seen it.
It's
Is it-
weird.
is it the Tom Hanks?
No, it's weird. That's all I can say. It's really fucking weird.
What's the Joe Dante movie with Tom
Oh, The
Hanks?
Burbs.
The Burbs.
Oh,
Yeah, that's my favorite Joe Dante movie.
Great movie.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
I think these guys work very well. I think they got really
they're
good
great.
chemistry with each other.
The 2 friends.
Yeah.
Mhm.
At first I thought they were twins.
They look a lot
Yeah.
alike.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
look at that. Look at the cover. They look
Yeah.
fucking the same almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, David Nunn and Griffin Dunn look damn near similar.
It's like a young Mike Stokely.
A little bit. Yeah.
I don't know.
He should turn into a werewolf sometime.
What'd you think about it on your rewatch, Ian?
Oh, that's great. It's a fantastic movie. I don't know if it's my favorite John Landis movie. It might, because I didn't see this until like maybe high school, college. Saw it definitely before Howling, and that's one of the reasons why I like it better.
Mhm.
But yeah, just the humor mixed with the horror. There are some really there's some scary shit in this movie, but it's also really funny. Yeah, it's just it's one of the, I think both of these, they're standout 80s horror movies, they're standout werewolf movies, they're standout movies in each director's filmography.
Mhm.
Yeah, I really like it.
What about you, Susie?
I really enjoyed it. This was probably my 3rd or 4th time watching it. I would say pretty high up there in my werewolf movies.
I'd say it's number 1 for
Yeah.
me.
Right.
The nightmare sequences are my favorites.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Yeah.
I would watch a whole movie of just his nightmares.
My dad said that he remembers watching this one and it being like one of the first times he saw like a double dream where you wake up in the
Right.
dream
Yeah,
and then it's
yeah.
still going.
Fake out, yeah.
Yeah. That
That was
pretty
cool.
good.
Probably one of the
Yeah.
first times because now that's like more commonplace. I'm sure back then it was, probably still novel and new.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Werewolf, Nazis,
Yeah.
love them.
Oh yeah. Well, they're not even
Got
like,
it.
I don't know what they are.
Undead werewolves.
They're like,
Yeah, they're
some of them are like, they're
mutants.
like ghouls. Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
like
that's what's
Sloth
so-
from
that's
Goonies
what's-
a little bit.
yeah, a little bit.
One of
That
them.
is kind of
Yeah.
what his friend looked like as he was deteriorating. Like he just looked undead.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
like he turned.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
exactly.
a zombie movie on the low as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somewhat psychological zombies.
Yeah, it's
I was
creepy.
gonna say something. Fuck. There's theories as to why they're Nazis. I don't know. Did anybody see why why people think they're Nazis?
I was wondering what Nurse Price was reading him before he went to bed.
I forget.
I don't know.
It was
what
like
Yeah.
a fish out of water thing. It
Yeah,
was like a Connecticut
yes.
and a man from Connecticut and England. Or
Right.
Something like
I didn't know if she was reading him a Nazi story before bed.
I don't think so. Well, okay. So some
that.
people
I
think,
do every night.
yeah, exactly. That's the best way to fall
To my
asleep.
daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Some people think the Nazis represent the curse of the werewolf. That's his. That's
Mm.
like his plight. I don't know if that's why. Some people say that the guy that bit him was a Holocaust survivor, and he didn't just inherited the werewolf curse. He inherited his past memories. Also,
Whoa.
I don't know if that's
That's
ever
a cool
been
theory.
confirmed,
Oh,
but
yeah.
that makes a little more sense to me.
Seems like a reach
don't know.
though, because I don't know.
Yeah.
There's nothing to.
There's nothing really to really insinuate other than that he was a Holocaust survivor. But
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of Jewishness in this movie. Like and she's like, he's a Jew. How do you know? I saw I saw everything.
Yeah.
There's like there's a
Oh.
featurette, or I don't know if it's in the booklet or it was a special feature, like Jewish identity in this movie.
Whoa.
Yeah. I don't know.
There's a menorah, I think, that gets shot when the Nazis.
Oh really?
Things.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just
on,
like the Miss
counter, you
like
see
the
it,
Miss
explode.
Miss Piggy and Kermit. Like,
Yeah.
this is so violent. Oh no, it's Punch and Judy. They do this all the time. It's great. Which I'm
Yeah.
sure is a commentary on violence.
The same guy who voiced Miss Piggy in this film, he's in the beginning. He's like the U.S. agent who's like, "Hey, buddy, I just
It's
contacted
Yoda.
your parents."
Frank Oz.
Oh, really? Is that?
There's
Oh.
two Star Wars connections in this.
That's
Oh.
cool.
Well, he's one of them.
Frank
yeah.
Oz.
I saw somebody was.
Frank Oz, there you go.
Yep.
Mr. Collins, Miss Piggy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He leaves. He's
Oh, I
like, "These
got
kids are
some
so
hints.
ungrateful."
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a photo of the Muppets with Mark Hamill instead of Empire.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have seen that.
The guy who gets attacked in the underground, and then he's in the theater later on. He's like, you like tell him to kill himself. That's the guy who played Bib Fortuna in Return of the Jedi.
What?
Really?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to look him up because he was so
It wasn't-
familiar.
Yeah.
But
It wasn't the one guy.
maybe
forget
that's
his
what I
name.
know him from. I guess I don't know.
Some of the casting is like creepy little girl. Creepy little girl.
Naughty
another-
Nina.
Two creepy
The
little
guys in the
Phoebe.
bar are just dart player and I forget the bald guy, what he's credited as, Brian Glover.
I saw Elf
Yeah,
up there.
Alf
Yeah,
was on
Alf.
TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was something else I noticed in The Howling. One of the girls was credited as just Hooker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's all you need to know. Yeah, chess player and
Barmaid.
dart player. Yeah,
What was up with
chess
his
player.
chess game? He was playing against himself, and he's like Knight to pawn.
Yeah, he's like,
Didn't
oh,
even know.
yeah.
Yeah. Was he just fake playing chess?
Mhm.
Just to look cool for people?
Practicing. He didn't have anyone. No one wanted to play with him that day.
Yeah. Well, then he offered, and he said, "No, sir, I don't."
Well,
think
they
I
don't.
will."
They don't like him.
Yeah, they want the outsiders
Yeah.
gone. I thought that was a cool. Like, you see the Americans come to the bar, and then you see an actual like British man come to the bar.
Mm.
Except he's from London, so they're still like, "Nah, you're not a country guy like us."
Mm.
Something so
Mm.
creepy about the Moors. You
Yeah.
know? Just
Yep.
you say the word the Moors, and I'm like, and I love how
Sends
they're
a
like,
shiver down your spine.
yeah, I love how
What
they're
are the
like,
Moors? Is that like plains?
It's like
it's like
it's like you know like
swampy kinda-
you know how Florida has the Everglades.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like that. I think.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's,
like a
it's very
region.
wet,
Yeah.
foggy, and yeah, perfect for Hounds of Baskerville or
Right.
Wolfman or
They're saying stay off the Moors.
Yeah.
yeah.
Beware the
said,
moon, lads.
they said stay on the roads, stay off the moors, and then like
Beware the
30
moon.
seconds into them walking, you can see
Yeah.
them just like straight into the grass off the road. It's like you guys did not listen.
That was a good
I like-
line.
yeah.
They're sitting there. They're like, and stick to the road.
Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's just great.
beware the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's more humor in this one for sure, and it's a lot of like understated humor where it's not like a big like haha moment. It's just kind of like hee hee hee.
Yeah.
More hee hees than ha-has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still a little bit of a both.
Christian, is this your first time watching it?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this a lot better than The Howling. I watched The Howling first, then I watched this,
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
and just only because of the time they came out. I watched because Howling came out March.
It's like a
American Werewolf.
5 month difference. It's
Oh.
crazy.
Yeah,
Not
This-
much.
this movie
Yeah.
came out in August of that year, so I was like, I'll do it that way, and I'm glad I did because I like this.
That's
a
why I
lot
tell.
better.
That's why I tell people to watch it like that because I think this one's a little bit better personally.
Yeah, there's a more. It's more of like it's on a personal level.
A little bit.
More there's a personal vibe going on in The Howling for sure, but with this, it's like feels a little more direct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like for one thing, you see him transform.
Yeah.
You're is it David is the main guy or
Yeah,
Jack? I always mix
David.
them up. Okay.
David.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like David transforming the guy you've been following the whole movie, and not Eddie, who you
Well,
haven't seen.
Okay, we didn't talk about this in the Howling when she transforms at the end.
Mhm.
I mean,
It's pretty much
so
off screen. It just
Yeah,
cuts to her, and she's
One thing I like, he kills her on live television. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, it's just the Eddie transformation is so much better.
Yeah.
I read either they ran out of money for hers or she wanted it to look nicer. I don't know which one's true. But
Well, that and plus we just watched a super detailed Eddie one. We don't
Yeah.
want to do a whole another detailed one for the
Yeah.
ending. We just want to get the point across.
Yeah,
like,
'cause
But-
you know
but-
she's got
to
fangs.
But you
expect.
think at the end, he saved the best for last, and evidently not. I mean, it just
No, not this time.
it looks like fucking female Chewbacca in the Star Wars Holiday Special. What's her
Oh,
name?
no.
Mala. Mala.
No, it's dude. She's lumpy.
She's Lumpy looks better than I think. Lumpy looks better than her
Well,
personally.
yes, but I was getting.
It
more
looks.
lumpy
I guess it
vibes.
looks more like Lumpy. Mala looks more like a female Wookiee, of course.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway,
she was like, "Hey guys, you ever seen Star Wars?"
it's like, do you guys remember the Star Wars Holiday Special?
Yeah.
You don't? Oh well, let me demonstrate.
Yeah,
Check
Yeah.
this shit
that's
out.
exactly what happened.
Yeah, but that's one thing I think I also like American Werewolf in London better is because I like David's character so much more than hers. I
Mhm.
think he's a much more interesting person. I think he's more, I don't know, relatable. He's
Right.
I like the whole fish out of water thing.
Mhm.
I like when he's hanging out with the punks on the train
Mhm.
Yeah.
and everything.
Being a little
Dennis
goofball.
Rodman's.
There's
God,
one
he
dude that
has the
straight up has
best
Dennis
hair.
Rodman hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
leopard,
Yes. Yeah. Oh my
awesome.
God. Yeah, he's just, his plight, I feel like I buy it more like when, like when he's gonna eat his food and he's just like, can I have a piece of toast to get the fuck out of here, check. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah,
it's just so great. I think
Yeah.
he sells it really well.
yeah. It's once he starts not wanting any food, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
Right.
oh
Yeah.
no, he wants humans.
Yeah. Yep.
Roman, is this your first time watching it?
Yeah.
What'd you
Yeah, it's
think?
my first time seeing it. I liked it a lot. Yeah. If Howling is a top 2 or 3 werewolf movie, this is a top 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Top 2, and it ain't number 2. No, this was really good. I liked it a lot. I saw it before Howling, so it kind of, I think I was with you a little bit where I'm watching Howling and I'm sort of comparing. I'm like, psh, this,
Again,
that.
that's why I told people to watch that.
Yeah, definitely. I
You've
would
never
too.
seen it before, yeah.
Yeah, but no, I liked it a lot. Like I was trying to think of how to put it. Like, an American Werewolf in London, it's like, I don't know. You guys know syrup at all? Like syrup, like you buy that really expensive, fancy syrup. It's really light and like delicate and tastes really sweet. And then you buy like Mrs. Buttersworth or whatever. It's like really thick and like molassesy.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like the kind that like compare
Simple
it to like
syrup?
the kind that's in the
Simple
glass?
Yeah, like a
Ish.
nice fancy glass jar that's like this big and costs $300 or whatever
Right,
at the
yeah.
grocery store.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
bought that shit and it's super good. It's I don't know. It's what I'm trying to say is like this movie's like very like light. And again, I don't know how to word this, but like the atmosphere of it, the feeling of it. I think the cinematography plays a big part in it.
Yeah.
Because like in Howling, everything looks like it's on kind of like a sound stage and like it's just really foggy and like misty. And this one though, you really feel like you're out on those moors and it's darker and
Right.
just maybe grittier is a good word too. But
Oh yeah, this movie's very violent.
More
Yeah.
oot and a boot.
yeah, I just feel like there's I don't know more depth to this movie or something. And yeah, I definitely identify more with the characters in this movie than I do with the Howling. And the violence is a little better, I think. Like
The part when Jack gets killed is really like, I
Yeah.
feel very bad for him.
and that's
Yeah.
right in
Yeah.
the beginning, 10
Yeah.
minutes in,
Yeah.
And then, there is a lot of like off-screen death in this movie, but
Right.
you
Well-
can really imagine it.
John Landis said they shot the homeless guys dying and he cut it out because he thought it was just too much.
Yeah.
I guess
Might
he kind of
bump it up.
regretted that.
Yeah.
I think it still works.
It still works, yeah. for
No,
sure.
yeah, it works because the implication. You
Yeah, it's because
understand
of the
like these people are getting torn apart by
Right.
this. And
It's kind of the Jaws thing too. Don't show your creature.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what's so great
Yeah.
about when they're walking around on the moors and they're like, "Oh Jesus, what is that? Like, was that a dog? Like, and you don't see."
they're being
That's-
circled. like a
yes,
shark
exactly.
would,
And you're just watching them. It's really well done.
yeah.
They put more of the care in character,
Yeah.
Exactly.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, you don't. There's not like you said the juxtaposition. Ian, you said the juxtaposition of two plots. Like, there's not really two plots going on with this one. It's you're
Yeah.
basically all with David all the time, and you
Right.
just get to watch him like, rise and fall. I guess you could say. and
Yeah.
a little bit transform and die.
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, and I like that you don't really see anything until about 2/3 of the way through the movie, and
Right.
then when you see, it's not like a dark, shadowy room and they're cutting away. Like you see everything, and like he's fully lit up. And you really feel for him too. Like he's in pain. Like
Yeah.
this transformation seems so much more painful than the Howling transformation, which was more just like pop, pop, pop.
Yeah.
But this one, like he's writhing. He rips off his clothes.
He's just reading a book out of Jesus Christ. See, I
Yeah.
burned it. He tears his clothes off.
Yeah, it's
I think that's what
very
they
visceral.
really guess it's like, I guess I don't know whose idea it was, but someone was just like, it probably hurts to turn into a werewolf, and they really wanted to get that across.
Mhm.
And I think they do.
Yeah, he's like his
It
spine
looks like it
goes
hurts really
pop,
bad.
pop, pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So
His hand stretches and everything. And
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
great stuff.
Is he burning?
That's what he says. He's like, I'm burning up.
Yeah, he's like getting super hot.
Yeah.
yes, jeez. But yeah, no, it was my first watch of both of them, and probably the two best werewolf movies I've seen. An American Werewolf in London, though, takes the edge for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fantastic movie.
definitely.
What did you think, Carlos? Was this your first time seeing
First time watching it,
Okay.
blown away, guys, blown away. I really like that idea that it's just two fellas like visiting the countryside.
Right. Backpacking. Yeah.
Jack wants to go to Rome because it's probably better weather, but they'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
It's
maybe
funny they
even
mention
never.
Rome because it's like Rome was built by Remus and Romulus, and they're like wolf people and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Mhm.
They probably would have been better off in Rome, but you never know. Maybe there's werewolves
Probably.
there,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I mean,
Just didn't
maybe
roll off
so.
the tongue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. American Werewolf in Rome.
I know that we've talked about it before, using like actual real music from the real world in films. I'm a sucker for it. I know Ian's kind of iffy on it.
No, I like. It's how it's done, and this works perfectly.
It works great
Yeah,
in this
and this
one.
works perfect. And the score is really Elmer Bernstein's score is really good too.
Mhm.
But all the like Moon Dance.
He has like 3 renditions of
Blue
Blue
Moon.
Moon. Yeah.
Okay, it's that Bad Moon Rising. Is there another one? Is that it?
There's
There's
probably another one.
Okay, so this is really fucking funny. They were trying to get Moon Shadow by Cat Stevens, and Cat Stevens said no. I've heard 2 reasons why. The first reason is because apparently Cat Stevens at the time thought werewolves were actually real and didn't want
What?
any connection to this movie.
It's the most believable
Would
thing.
have been dangerous.
Cat Stevens.
And the second thing I heard, this is probably what actually he said no because he thought this movie was too violent. And John Landis apparently countered that with, well, Moon Shadow is just about people losing their arms and legs. It's about dismemberment. And I'm sure Cat Stevens said, I don't care. Don't use my fucking song, you wacky son of a bitch. And they didn't let him use it.
I didn't.
It's supposed to, someone on YouTube actually put Moon Shadow in where it's supposed to be. It's over the titles, and it actually works really well.
Oh.
I kind of wish they'd use it. I don't think it's synced up the way they were going to do it, but it looks good. Whoever did it did a pretty good job.
I think Moon Dance by Van Morrison is in here too.
Right,
yeah,
the
yeah.
shower
During
scene.
the shower scene.
Hmm.
Yeah, really great use of music. Love the characters, like you guys are saying. I really like the relationship. I think this is probably one of the best relationships between a couple I've ever seen.
Right.
The nurse and
The
the,
nurse,
patient.
yeah, nurse and David. The comedy aspect. I was reading on that little X-ray trivia that the director said to Griffin Dunne, who plays Jack, you got to play it like you're positive and like you're supportive of David. And he's all like, man, that's going to be kind of hard because I never seen what I look like dead. And so he's like looking at himself in the mirror and he's like all sad.
Yeah,
Like,
he
this
said
is
he
what I'm
got-
going to look like when I'm
he
rotting.
said he got really creeped out, which is
Yeah.
understandable. That makeup is incredible,
Oh
especially
my
like the first
God.
one in the hospital. Like,
yeah, his
Yeah,
like
it's
skin's
he
like
straight up looks like a corpse, or
so
like he
good.
had a horrible accident or something.
Yeah, those nightmare scenes in general, that's like the highlight of the
Yeah,
movie for me.
yeah. Even the
Yeah.
dead couple in the porno house, they're like super happy. They're like, you should use a gun to kill yourself.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah.
Dark.
It reminded me a lot of the Xbox Live lobbies when everybody's sitting there saying, you should kill
Yeah.
yourself, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You
come
have to
on, I'm
kill
just trying to play Halo.
Yeah, all your victims will be walking undead.
Yeah.
We will be in limbo until you the bloodline of the wolf is ended.
Yeah, that
Whatever.
was
Yeah, the
It's
guy
an
was
interesting mythology.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I like, oh god, dude, like Griffin Dunn's so great when like he's like I'm not having a good time here, and he says something. He's like I've been talking to dead bodies. Have you ever talked to a corpse? It's boring. Like, it's such a great line.
Yeah, no, it's I liked how like casual the dead people were, all the undead people. The
Yeah.
guy that died in the subway, he was just like, please let's calm down here and just
Yeah.
like talk to him, and he does die. I did think it was interesting the way he dies at the end, like, because he makes a point to mention to Nurse Price.
Yeah.
Nurse, I think somebody that loves me has to kill me or something like that.
Mhm.
But then
Oh.
He just ends up
They get
getting-
it from the Wolfman because he's like, Claude Rains
Right.
is Lon Chaney Jr.'s father, and he kills him.
kills him.
She's like, "Why are you telling me all this?" It's like, "Well, I think someone that loves you has to kill." But she doesn't kill him though. That's the
no,
thing.
yeah, that's why I
Yeah.
thought it was gonna build up to something,
Yeah.
but no, he just gets taken out by
The SWAT,
Majesty's,
Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Yeah.
I was waiting.
Bring out the
for-
rifles.
I was waiting for Jack Black from King Kong to come out. 'Twas beauty that killed the beast.
Yeah, actually, it was just all these dudes with rifles.
Yeah.
Whatever, Jack Black.
It's symbolic. She's standing right there when he dies. Also, they didn't hit her. That's very good.
Oh, I know.
I can't
yeah.
believe that.
Good
'Cause she
job.
was standing like right in front of
Right,
him.
yeah.
American police would never.
That whole God, when all the shit hits the fan in Piccadilly Circus, just literally just all hell breaks loose.
So good.
That's part of the
Fucking
movie,
dude's
I
head
think.
rolls across the hood of the car, and
I
John Landis is one of the people that gets hit by a car.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's like wearing a blue bandana.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
He was
That's
a
cool.
stunt. He was a stunt guy for a while.
So what was
apparently.
better, Piccadilly Square or Lost World when they get to San Diego?
Oh, fucking Piccadilly Circus! God, that's fucking no comparison.
God,
No
yeah.
comparison.
Woke and broke right there.
Piccadilly Circus, that looks real. Like a lot of that shit, just like
Yeah.
the people getting run over by cars and stuff, and getting pinned by cars, and
I like
all this funky shit.
I like the guy that gets his head bit off, ripped off.
Oh,
He
the
was-
detective?
Yeah, he was the detective. Like he's
Yeah.
following through the whole movie, and then like he
He
finally
gets
comes
his head
face to face, and he lasts about 4 seconds. Yeah,
Oh,
I
man.
think the other guy survives, the kind of goofier one, the one that was like trying to believe him the whole time and stuff like that.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two inspectors are really interesting.
Yeah.
It says a lot that he kills the one who keeps denying it through the whole film. He's like,
Right.
no, there's no werewolves. It's
Right.
all good. It's all good. And then he dies.
Yeah.
But I didn't understand the goofy one. Is that guy like under the influence at all times? Or is he just a goofy
He's just a
fella?
goofy guy.
He's just a goofy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like when he's
Funny
like,
guy.
he's like, someone's trying to reach you. He's like, just tell them I passed away. Well, I just tell them I'm dead. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
It's like his boss or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So funny.
Yeah. Yeah, this one has that secret society element to it too, where it's different than the Howling.
A little
But
bit different, yeah.
they're more just covering it up, you know. Oops, sorry. Trying to
Which I wonder
get
why
into
they're
it.
covering it up unless they caused the curse, like the whole town.
Well,
cursed
I wanted to
somewhere.
talk about the whole slaughtered lamb with the pentagram.
Yeah.
He calls it okay.
Sorry,
keeps
before you
call-
start,
Yeah.
before you start, it opens up with our two heroes coming out of the back of a sheep truck,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
and then they end up at the
One of
slaughtered
one
lamb.
of the sheep shit on
Uh-huh.
Griffin Dunn's back. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead.
So
He got
like
shit on.
Griffin Dunn notices the pentagram. He keeps calling it a pentacle or a pentacle.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone in real life calls pentacles pentagrams, but in this one he calls the pentagram a pentacle.
Mm.
It's like no one can ever fucking get them right. If it's a pentacle, it has a circle around it. If it's a pentagram, it doesn't have that. It's just the star.
Oh.
So in this is actually a pentagram.
Oh.
How do
Anyway,
you know this?
Seth Rogen and Pam and Tommy. He kind of points it out to Tommy Lee. He's like, "Oh yeah, I like your tattoo." He's like, "Oh yeah, thanks, man. Oh, yeah, I love pentagrams." He's like, "Oh, that's actually a pentacle because of the ring around." He's like, "Bro, I just like because I think it looks cool." Seth Rogen's like, "Wow, you're a fucking moron."
Okay.
But
I was curious. How you did that. Yeah.
anyway,
Couple rituals here and there.
yeah, I like the slaughtered lamb scene a lot. I like
Dude, so good.
when they walk in and everyone just stops what they're doing, just stares.
Oh my
Mhm.
god.
God.
And then the Alamo joke, and then like, what's that star? The star on the wall mean? And they just
Yeah.
you made me miss.
That
I've never missed that board before.
the dartboard actor looks familiar too. I
I'm
wonder if
sure
I've
he's
seen
been
him.
in other stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dart player.
dart player.
I like
David
how
Schofield.
Brian Glover, when he's telling the Alamo joke, he's like, they try to get all the cargo out, but it's still too heavy. I like how he
Yeah.
says, he doesn't say
Heavy.
heavy, he says heavy.
Yeah.
Is he the guy without a tongue in Pirates of the Caribbean?
Might be.
Oh, he's in Gladiator? Oh, he's in A Dead Man's Chest.
Mm.
Brian Glover's the
Without the tongue.
superintendent of the prison in Alien 3. That's how I
Mhm.
know him from.
Ebby.
Well, what do you?
It's still too heavy.
Yeah.
I just love that the nurse totally brought him home like he was a stray dog. Like
Yeah.
just like, oh yeah, well, you can come home with me.
Yeah,
you
she finds
man
him
from
very,
another country I've
she
never
finds
met.
him very attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
have to
it's a
tell
little
you,
sketchy.
I'm not in the habit of taking stray American men home.
And I well, I would hope you wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Or whatever. That's a very good retort.
It's the Kavorka. She just couldn't resist him. that is kind of what I thought it was supposed to be. Like
Mhm.
she just can't resist him, and she doesn't know why. She keeps saying, "I can't
He-
tell if
he
I feel
has-
sorry for you, like a stray
Yeah.
dog, or if I
Mhm.
feel."
He does have a very high libido. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, yeah, he's a werewolf.
Yeah,
feel
he
like an
definitely-
athlete.
Yeah. Yeah.
After he woke up in the zoo 3 hours ago,
Oh
he's
my
like, "Come on, let's
God.
bang!"
Oh, yeah.
That's fucking great
So
too.
I'm kind of a prude when it comes to like sex scenes and stuff. I usually don't like watching them, but I thought this was done very tastefully.
And they're
They
fucking in the
executed
shower.
it really well. This, I thought.
And it was done to Moon Dance by Van Morrison. I thought it worked really well.
Yeah, I think it works.
Yeah.
It didn't go on too long, and just the right amount of time. Yeah, I thought it was really well done.
Same.
And it was kind of earned too. I feel like it was earned.
Yeah.
Because she's taking care of him in the hospital. Do I need to make you eat and hold his nose, feeds him, and
Yeah.
Oh, they
taking
got-
care of him the whole time?
They got some good chemistry.
Yeah, they
Really
do.
good chemistry.
Yeah, they do.
It's like a trope, the nurse falling in love with the patient.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do it in this one. Brits, they love Americans. That's a fact. Everybody knows it.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's not a fact. Actually.
No.
Why did Jack bring up the Alamo?
Oh, because they're like, he's like, it's a 5-pointed star. And he's like, so? He's like, well, according to Universal Studios and Lon Chaney Jr., that's the mark of the werewolf. He's like, well, maybe they're from Texas. Oh yeah, remember the Alamo?
The Lone Star
Yeah.
State.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because when I think of stars, I think of Texas.
Yeah, it's like, that's a stretch,
Texas.
but-
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Back
Yeah.
back then, I don't know. What else are you gonna think of stars from?
It's a good fish out of water thing.
Yeah.
definitely.
I would have thought they were Satanists or something, not werewolf.
That's what I was thinking.
Again, like it serves the purpose of the movie.
Indeed.
It furthers the plot.
Well, yeah, just in that intro, they're mentioning Lon Chaney.
hmm
They're mentioning, I think the bartender lady. She brings up the film.
Oh,
The
I don't.
Alamo.
Yeah, and like he's like the one with John Wayne. He's like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, it was very good, very bloody awful if you ask me.
Everybody starts cracking up.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that whole bar scene was awesome.
Yeah.
Everybody's laughing, having a good time. And then they all get kicked out and they start going down the road. And like we're saying, they don't show the monster, so it's very suspenseful. You just hear the howls. When Jack's getting ripped up, that's pretty brutal.
Yeah,
that
it's
David just
great.
runs away and
Yeah.
he's like, "He's killing
yeah,
me!"
yeah, it's great. It's very, again, it's just very grisly.
And then we see that you don't need silver bullets because they just lay
Right.
that guy out.
Yeah.
He's just dead.
Yep.
I thought that was interesting that David's on the ground all scratched up and he looks over. I thought he was going to look at Jack, but all he sees
He
is
looks at the former
the
werewolf.
former werewolf.
Yes.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a naked old dude.
I like that. I like that shot a lot. It's really good. He
Mm-hmm.
just looks back up. He's just like, oh, okay. What the hell just happened? Yeah.
Guess I'm dead.
It's pretty cool too that they just say it was a crazy man. He's like, no crazy man could have done that.
Yeah.
Like I like that a lot
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, that's
That's
kind of
cool.
interesting that the government was trying to like cover it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Think
it's
the
because
government-
it's like, well, what else is? It's just they found a dead dude. It's like obviously it wasn't an animal.
Yeah.
So it's like case closed.
Yeah.
It's just like let's not make something out of nothing.
hmm
So
Oh, the people at the bar are also saying, "Beware the moon."
yeah, beware the
Um,
moon, lads.
So unlike
Stick to the road.
the Howling, we have to have a
Right.
full moon to
Mhm.
activate
Yeah.
the curse.
I know. It's like they kind of pick and choose, which again I think is neat.
Mhm.
Doesn't make them carbon copies of each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
True.
Yeah, we're talking about we just talking about the fucking part where David's lying on the ground and he looks at the dude that was the former werewolf, and then
Yeah.
looks back.
The creepy dead dude.
Yeah,
He was
You-
a maniac.
You know what else is? I was also questioning like if he is gonna turn into a werewolf because he's having all these dreams. Maybe he's just like traumatized, like our other hero in Howling.
yeah,
I was never really sure until it finally happened. I think that was great.
One thing I really like
great
about
setup.
the editing, because I like the one where he's just running around and he sees himself in the bed and it's like, and it just cuts like right away to him talking to I forget the character's name, the one Goofy
The cop
one. He's just
detective.
like, you've ever had bad dreams before? It's just the editing in this is very good.
Yeah. A lot of like
Some quick cuts.
jump cuts, smash
Yeah,
cuts.
yeah.
The first cut I thought was like not a dream.
The which one? The one where he's running around naked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he's just naked now. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Boy.
I like when he kills the deer. Like that's so
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gnarly.
Took
Good
him out.
stuff.
I wore my deer shirt.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Nice. Someone should put in naked David Naughton in the background.
Yeah, I'll just draw it or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Put him behind a tree.
spying. Yes, exactly. Spying behind the deer or behind the tree.
Yeah. Gave into his
Did you guys
animalistic.
you like when he's running
tendencies.
around naked around the zoo?
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
That was
I
awesome.
will
Yeah.
give you 1 pence for your balloon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? He's like, I'm the balloon thief. He's like, why would a thief want to give me £2?
The
Yeah.
naked
Yeah.
American took my balloon.
Yeah. What?
I like the escalation of like, I'll give you £1, and he's like, £2.
Yeah,
and
and
like,
then that's
yeah, okay.
If you
That's
ever want a
enough.
young British boy to do something, £2.
Yeah, 3 with inflation, but
You're probably more 4 or 5.
yeah, that's what Prince Charles said,
Yeah.
or I don't know. Actually, I don't know the royal family. I like he's insulting the royal
Oh,
family and
God.
everything.
He calls Prince
Mhm.
Charles a very bad word.
Yeah, and they're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
get out of here, crazy
Yeah,
guy. They don't even
yeah.
arrest him. He's literally asking to be
Yeah.
arrested. I was like, just push the cop or something,
Yeah,
It's a constable.
pretty funny.
Yeah.
I like this the scene where he calls his sister up. It's really sad. He's about to slit his wrist. It's really
Yeah.
sad. That's the last time he talks to any of his family.
Yeah, true, right?
And he kind of knows.
And I like
You-
how it's implied that the sister's just being a brat.
Mhm.
Like, just
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
of course. She's 10.
yeah.
Yeah.
10 and a half?
Yeah. Don't fight with Max so much, okay? That's the thing. It's like, did anybody think he was gonna beat this when you watched this initially?
Well, you would hope your hero.
Well, yeah,
makes it
but did you
through.
actually think it was gonna happen?
I kind of didn't the whole time,
Yeah.
and especially when, like, at one point I paused it and I was like, there's 10 minutes left.
Yeah.
I gotta wrap this one up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to ask, when he goes to slit his wrist, can he not because he's a werewolf, or can he not because he doesn't have the mental?
I think it's probably that.
Probably takes a lot of balls
Maybe,
to kill yourself.
yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
And then Jack's just hanging out outside the porno theater.
Yeah. Hey,
Come
in
here,
here.
come here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the porno movie.
Hilarious.
See you
Yeah,
next Wednesday.
yeah. See you
Yeah,
next
next
Wednesday. That's
Wednesday.
a John Landis joke. It's in a bunch of his movies.
Really?
See you next Wednesday. Yeah, there's
I
like an
don't
average.
get it.
It's just it's like
Play on.
it's just like how Joe Dante. It's like how Joe Dante has like the smiley face in The Howling and Gremlins. It's like that. It's just a little inside joke,
Oh, okay.
you know.
Because recently, H3, Ethan, he started a new show on Tuesdays called See You Next Tuesday. And if
Oh.
you do the acronym,
Mhm.
See You Next.
Yeah. I see UNT.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the porno. I forget what happens. Like a guy just walks in. He's like, "You promised me you'd never do this again." He's like, "I never promised you anything in your life, in my life." He's like, "And you, I can't believe you're doing this again. I've never seen you before." Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
My bad.
He just leaves.
He's like, what a movie.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. So funny.
Great film.
I wonder, is that a real film or is
No, they made that for yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
it's just so kind of wacky? Like,
Yeah.
why is that playing?
Yeah.
That's what's so great about it.
Yeah, but then like the all the people in the seats, they're in that crazy makeup and everything.
Yeah,
So it's just
yeah.
that it makes you
Yeah.
feel kind of weird, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are
It's
the
like
undead.
sex, humor, and violence all
We are
just
in
smashed up.
limbo. Yep.
Maybe it's meant to like relieve the tension of the scene because we're
Mhm.
getting ready to talk to dead
It's
people.
just I think it's just the movie. It's
Yeah.
just the movie. Just they want to be humorous and scary, and they do a very good job.
yeah.
Good style.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
There's some movies that fail miserably at that, but this is a better one.
I agree.
Okay, guys, we got to talk about the transformations because I loved the transformation in this film. You're by yourself, basically. Is he going to transform? We don't know. The full moon's tonight. Oh shit, he's transforming.
Yep.
He's in pain. You could see all the special effects, which are fantastic. Apparently, on the X-ray for Amazon, it said that Rick Baker worked on the face change for a long time. He was working on it for months to try to get this technique down where his snout's coming out. And John Landis only shot like 7 seconds of it.
Yeah.
And he's like, wait, I did all that work and you're only going to use 7 seconds? And then he was mad the whole time. And then he sat in the theater with an audience and everybody like started clapping. And he's like, oh, okay, that was a good idea just to show 7 seconds. It works. It works really well.
yeah, it does work.
It does.
But then I compared it with the Howling. I hated the Howling's transformation because I don't remember who the woman was. Was it Terry was in the room
Yeah.
watching the transformation?
Yeah.
She's just standing there watching a transformation happen right in front of her. I'm like, lady, you should have been gone.
Do
Why are you
something.
just watching
And it
this?
should have been gone
Yeah.
long ago.
I would have ran. And I think that's why the American Werewolf one works better, is because you
just
know,
him.
we don't
Yeah.
know, it's just him. But then when you put somebody standing in front of a transformation, it's like, just leave, get the hell out of there.
Looking for acid that whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, she found it. Was it her or Karen? Karen's the one that finds the acid. Yeah.
Karen's the
Karen
no. I
White.
think it's Tracy or
Or Terry.
Terry. Yeah.
No, I think it's Karen that puts the acid on him.
Really?
Yeah.
I was mixing
Really? And
them
then
up a
she
little bit
escapes.
in
Yeah.
the movies.
Anyway.
My eyes for some reason can't discern like,
Okay.
oh, there's another blonde woman.
Yeah. But that was my biggest gripe, is like, why would you just stand there and watch a transformation? Run.
Yeah.
It serves the what do you call it? The showing off of the effects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That go on for probably too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really wanted to show it off.
Mhm.
They're very similar.
Mm.
And you could tell probably, well, you could tell Botine worked under Rick Baker and stuff, and like they both have very similar ways they extend the style
Right,
and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's but this to me this one is better.
Yeah.
And longer. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
Really? Was this one longer?
It
maybe
might be.
felt longer.
Yeah.
Howling felt way longer for me,
Mhm.
Really.
Okay.
just because she's standing there.
They
There's
feel,
also two of them.
That
they
might
feel
be
about
it.
the same. I don't know which one's longer.
Mm.
I like
Time 'em.
American Werewolf, where it just cuts to Mickey Mouse real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Well, and in American Werewolf in London, like he's in the room for a while. He's pacing. He goes outside.
Right.
He
That's
does
what
this.
Bad Moon Rising's playing. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of like almost going on too long. And then, like you said, he's just reading the book, and all of a sudden,
Right. Yeah.
That was an effective use of Bad Moon Rising. Like,
Yeah.
nothing's going on really, but it's
Mhm.
such like a fast-paced song.
Right.
And then, of course, the lyrics, like,
Mhm.
I see your
Yeah.
bad moon rising.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's just hanging out.
yeah, it's coming.
Yeah. He has
And
to
then-
like climb back into the flat. He gets
Mhm.
locked
Yeah,
out.
he gets locked
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Locked out the flat. Yeah, I like that they took it too to the subways.
Oh,
The
yeah,
tube,
the
you know?
tube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it ends up just all over the place, like killing people,
Yeah.
Very British.
killing
to be in
people
a tube.
here and then
Yeah.
here. Yeah, he's in Leicester Square, he's in Trafalgar Square.
The guy kind of just gave up though in the subway.
Bib Fortuna. Yeah.
Yeah, he just like landed on the stairs and he's like, "Man, all my shit's all over the place.
Oh,
I don't want to have
yeah.
to pick all this
Yeah,
up. Fuck it.
his
Take
business
me,
papers.
boys."
Yeah.
I loved that. I loved it, like the long,
The
like,
point of view.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the point of view, but then also like the side shot of him like going up the escalator, and it's just like you're fucked. You're in like this tunnel basically.
Yep.
You could try to climb, but you're not gonna outrun that werewolf.
Yeah.
Big hulking werewolf.
Yeah.
You can see like at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't
The
notice that
werewolf
for the longest
just
time.
barely comes
yeah, it took
into
me a
the
while
shot.
to
Yeah,
notice that.
that's
Yeah.
probably one of the cooler shots in the movie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's great.
because it's like hopelessness, basically.
Yeah.
Old dude is fucked.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a
He
good
was.
shot.
Mhm.
I agree.
At one point, like I was talking about the other one where Joe Dante uses a lot of television in Gremlins and in Howling. At one point, David sits down to watch TV and he sees like a darts competition.
Right, that guy's fucking really good at darts too.
Yeah,
That's one thing I picked. I've been playing a lot more darts recently, and I was like, God, that
Dude,
guy's
darts is
fucking
hard.
amazing.
darts is hard.
Yeah.
He gets 3 triple 20s.
Oh,
It's really
damn.
tough to do.
I
I didn't know they televised darts either.
Yeah,
Yeah, they do.
It's
must be a
big in
British
England.
thing,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty funny.
That's big over there for some reason.
Yeah,
Then there's like The Naked Truth with Nina Carter.
Naughty Nina.
Naughty Nina.
Yeah.
Apparently, Nina Carter's a real person. If you look in the credits, Nina Carter's a real person.
Oh,
I don't know
man.
who she is.
Just say
Off the
She's
top of my
Naughty
head.
Nina.
Nina Carter, yeah.
Nina Carter.
Nina Carter, come on. Yeah, I don't know who the hell she is,
Well,
but yeah,
she was naughty.
she's naughty.
She's
So
naughty.
naughty.
No, she didn't do a whole lot.
I know, it's strange.
She was on a TV movie documentary called The Naked Truth.
Oh God,
Maybe
It's
she
pretty
was
naughty.
an adult film actress or something.
that's pretty naughty.
Yeah. No, I like the TV in this. It's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that it kind of gives you like a little bit more context too. Like you're in Britain because obviously they televised the darts there. Naked Truth with Nina Carter probably wouldn't air in America. I feel like 'cause
Yeah.
we're such prudes.
Yeah.
We
More
wouldn't-
uptight
Well,
here.
it's like I don't know what that was. What it was actually supposed to be. It's like pop star, television star, blah blah blah. Is gonna give you the rundown on her whole life. It's like I think it was just like maybe like an interview, maybe with
Like
her.
a news expose. or
something. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it was interesting.
So British.
Yeah,
Very British.
very British.
Yeah.
You British.
Yeah, I loved all the fish out of water element. This is awesome.
Yeah.
He's a wolf out of water, I guess.
Yes.
White wolf.
So having undead spirits is new to me for werewolf lore. Do you know if it's been done in any other? werewolf
This
films?
is the only one I can think of off the top of my head.
I really
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah,
think-
I think
yeah.
it's cool.
Just a
It's
curse.
Just him, he just keeps coming back, and he just looks worse each time.
Yeah.
Someone's I've never seen it, but when the Tom Cruise Mummy movie came out, everyone's like, "This movie's ripping off an American Werewolf in London." I guess he has a friend that dies in it, and he keeps coming back in deteriorated states.
Whoa, I
It's
don't
like, yeah,
remember
that's very fucking ripping off American Werewolf in London.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always liked that. It's just so dark and awful, but also so funny at the same time.
Because,
Mhm.
like you said,
Yeah.
he's all chipper. you
Yeah,
know?
kind of a piece of toast.
Oh,
Yeah,
Just
Like
kill
he's-
yourself,
yeah,
David.
yeah.
you
have
gotta kill yourself.
You have to kill yourself.
Yeah. No, it's like, because you asked earlier, did we ever think he was gonna make it? I didn't really, because the whole
Yeah, I
time
guess
he's
they are
just
kind
like,
of setting up. You know, yeah,
you're
you
gonna
gotta
have to kill
You
yourself.
gotta die. Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna die. It's like
Yeah.
that movie John dies at the end, and
Hey.
he does. Spoiler, I
Oh.
guess, but
I've never seen
the
it.
name, the movie title is accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
John
makes
dies at
sense.
the end.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, it's funny. You had said what were we talking about earlier, and you said it. Oh, we were talking about Donnie Darko, him dying at the end. Well, he dies at the end in
Yeah.
this one, but
You're
you-
right,
you
but I
didn't-
like this one better.
yeah, for some reason, it felt maybe more earned or something like that.
Maybe that's what it is.
Well, and it's like you said, the whole dream thing. There's no way to paint this as a dream, or
Right.
Well, because his progress isn't erased like Donnie Darko.
Yeah,
Donnie
exactly.
Darko, his progress is erased. That guy
Starts
doesn't get
over.
caught.
It's not really
By the
progress.
cops.
Is it really progress though? What he does in Donnie? I guess we could say that for our Donnie Darko.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
right.
at least I understand what you're saying. Like, yeah, because I remember, teachers saying that in high school literature class or something.
Mhm.
If it's a dream, it's a cop out.
Or
it's a
they call
waste.
it. He says it in Donnie Darko, Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah.
When like a ungodly or
an act of God.
yeah, just comes and saves the day.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, that's not really the case here.
No.
You know,
No.
he
It's a
goes on his
tragedy.
rampage.
Yeah, it's just gunning down a wild animal, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, if his character flaw, both of them really, is probably just that they don't heed the warnings of everybody. They don't listen. He's sort of stubborn. He's refusing to believe David is that. He's like, no way, bro. No, you're fake. I'm going crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not a wolf. Well,
Which I was questioning:
gets
is
killed.
Jack actually there, or is he just having more of these Nazi dreams? Because
Yeah.
they set it up so well with
Mhm.
1, 2, 3, maybe 4 dream sequences
Right.
before we finally meet Jack as a
Right,
spirit.
yeah.
It's
Mhm.
like I'm pretty sure Jack's dream. So
well, and then he's screaming, calling for Nurse, and then Nurse Price comes in, and it's just
Right,
him in
yeah.
there.
yeah,
And that part was like not creepy, but he's up against the wall, like he's really feeling it.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah. He
stressed,
wants to
man.
get out of there. I mean, yeah. If your friend comes to you like that, yeah, I wouldn't be having a good time either.
Yeah, you let me die.
Yeah.
I did like that he's in a somewhat of a coma for 3 weeks, so
Yeah.
Right,
you're able to
yeah.
just skip to the next full moon almost.
Mhm.
Right.
Don't have to go through all that bullshit.
Yeah.
when Nurse Price is taking him home, they stop at the grocery store, and she
Oh,
says,
talk about inflation.
"Yeah,
yeah.
pay can't possibly keep up with inflation.
Yeah.
How will you live?"
Carefully.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
was
good
like,
one.
same.
Yeah,
For real.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you think it's bad now.
Yeah.
History repeats itself.
Like when we
That's
watched Pearl.
interesting. I didn't know it was that bad in England because that was the last time our inflation was really bad was like
Mhm.
1981 around there. I didn't know it was bad in England too.
Yeah, probably some kind of global.
Probably, yeah.
Globalism.
What a
bro.
mess.
Yep. Oh god, it was a very big mess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, these are great movies.
Super good.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was surprised by the leads. I really like the leads.
Oh, they're great. It's a shame they didn't do more.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say Howling is good. I wouldn't call it great.
I
Right.
think it's for me. It's on. This is how I knew I really like The Howling. Is it's both these movies are about an hour and a half. I was watching The Howling and I had to set an alarm. I had to do something, and I had like about 15-20 minutes from when I set my alarm to when the alarm would go off, and I'm watching The Howling, and it felt like right away that my alarm went off. And that's when if I'm invested and I'm like time goes by quickly and it doesn't drag, that's how I'm like, to me, like this is a very good movie.
Huh.
And that's how I felt like to me. Like I think that it's almost maybe not great, but it's very close. I think it's very close. I think it's very good.
It's a good way of putting
Very,
it.
very
Yeah,
good.
I'd put it at a very good.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know what else it is I know that when you're writing a character or if you're doing like a news story, I was always taught how relevant is it to your audience, and being two male characters
Right.
out
Yeah.
trying to find some women
Yeah,
maybe.
that's like something I'd want to do with a friend, like go and backpack like England or whatnot. We have
Right,
Matt and I have a
badass.
friend who did that in not in England, but like south, like Italy and Romania and Bulgaria and whatnot.
Well, but we can relate with those guys
Yeah.
because they're men as well, and we're men.
Mhm.
But like, I don't know, Susie, did you feel that for Howling being a woman lead in any way, or do you still think that you were found the leads better in American Werewolf in London?
I think I related to them a little bit more.
Right?
Yeah, the guys a little bit more just because I don't know, they seemed like people I'd be friends with, like everything. It
Yeah.
had nothing to do necessarily with male or female.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I think with Karen, her being like the newscaster, like just completely different
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of person.
Because we're not newscasters, we're not
Yeah.
famous people or anything.
Not only
Yeah.
that, I just think they're better written characters and just more interesting.
Yeah.
It goes a long way. You can make a news character like that. You can make a newscaster relatable. Newscaster relatable.
Like
and,
the vampire from Gremlins 2, maybe?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. That guy, or the TV host or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, I think it really comes down to how well they're written.
Right. Yeah, Karen, she has PTSD and stuff, whereas these guys are joking around the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just more fun.
Yeah, a little more serious.
And I don't need,
heavier
I don't
with
really
Karen.
need fun, but at the same, I don't know. It just, I've never walked away from the Howling thing like, man, Karen was so great. Like, it's just, to me,
Right.
it's just an afterthought.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I prefer American Werewolf in London because it's a male lead.
Exactly.
You can't have.
What does that
you
say?
can't have female
What does that
werewolves.
say? Yeah.
Have you seen Ginger Snaps?
I've
What's
eaten
that?
ginger.
Is that
snaps.
werewolves?
Yeah.
Okay, I saw that
Yeah.
one. I didn't care for it, and it's not because it was
Yeah.
female leads.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's they're teenage girls.
Oh, okay.
I just couldn't get. I don't know why. I just couldn't get.
Oh, I love
one,
that
one of these
movie.
days
I like
I'll have to
Heathers.
watch it.
Yeah,
This is
Heathers
good. There's a lot of
And
females
this
in
is
that
really
already.
good, yeah.
Alien.
Alien,
We have the
Aliens.
female lead, yeah. Those are good movies.
The Terminator movies.
Deep Blue Sea, they hated her so much they killed her.
I know, and she was not initially.
All right.
Not initially. She lived,
They're
she was
woman
loose.
protagonist.
and she drank.
Yeah, no, I've never been stopped in an alley by a dude and he's like, "How much for a half and half?" Yeah, it's never happened to
Yeah,
me.
he puts his leg up or whatever.
Yeah, get lost, bozo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no. But I'm with you guys. I just think these guys, well, David is just more interesting,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and you spend more time with them.
Jack is interesting too, you know? Like,
Yeah.
and they're just their dialogue is really good.
Yeah, you get a lot from them in
Yeah.
10 minutes, 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Before
They're guys I would like to hang out with,
Mhm.
you know? If
Yeah.
someone like saw a Pentagon's like, according to Universal Studios and Lon Chaney Jr., that's the mark of the world, I've been like, okay, I need to talk to you about
Yeah.
that right now.
Yeah.
No one fucking knows that.
Very
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I
Yeah.
buy you a beer? Like, come on. Let's talk. Even though they're not going to sell us beer because we're Americans and they don't like us.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't
Yeah.
have any food at the
It's like, yeah.
pub
Okay,
or...
do you have anything?
They
Yeah,
had
yeah.
something.
Yeah,
They
no,
should
they're like, do you have any tea? No, but I can make some for you if you like. It's like, so you do have tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you being such a bitch?
Yeah. Just want to.
Those Brits.
Yeah.
That's just how they do it.
Snobby British.
Yeah.
They're fucking werewolves.
You'd probably get like the
The
same
Moors.
thing if you're like two black guys walking into
Right,
a
yeah.
1980s.
Okay, so
Alabama
in
bar or
Animal
something.
House, they walk into an all black bar. It's the same thing. Everyone stops.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the guy's
okay.
like, "We are going to die."
Yeah.
It's a funny movie. That wouldn't fly nowadays, but it's pretty funny.
Yeah, no, you could feel the record scratch when
Yeah,
they come walking
yeah,
in the
yeah,
bar.
yeah.
and, you know, it's
Yeah.
like a trope, but it's just funny. These guns are British people.
I think watching a lot of
English.
like Shaun of the Dead and those kind of movies makes me love this one too. Because I
Yeah.
love that British feel, British sense of humor.
Shaun of the Dead's also like a horror comedy as well.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Hot Fuzz has the secret society element to it.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
British humor is pretty funny. It took me a while
Yeah.
to get into it. It's very
Yeah.
dry
Yeah.
a lot of times. Yeah. And I mean, there's not a ton of it in this, I don't think, but maybe it's
Remember
just
the Alamo?
Yeah, that joke. I've heard that joke so many.
I've
different
never.
Times.
I think I've only heard that joke in this movie.
Really, I've heard
Yeah.
it told differently. You know, like, oh, we
I
threw
thought
out such and such.
I was like, why did they find it so funny? Because they thought that was the funniest. When a guy spits his beer out and
Yeah,
everything, like
yeah.
that's like the funniest fucking thing they've ever heard.
Everybody knows the British hate Mexicans.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I was like, what did the Mexicans ever do to you?
For real. Remember the Alamo?
Yeah,
Very cultured of them to even know that.
I guess
Yeah,
so. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, because of that movie with John Wayne.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that awful movie.
Yeah, bloody awful if you ask me. And then again, yeah,
Yeah, I couldn't tell you about the War of the Roses or anything. Whatever British bullshit they got going
exactly.
on. We're-
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It's
Like
more
so many-
cultured.
yeah, we're so American centric. Can't even help it.
The Queen.
What does he say about the Queen? Is Queen Elizabeth is man?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It says
Yeah.
Prince Charles line, and he says another line too. That was kind of funny. Forget the last one that he says.
Yeah, I don't know. Just thinking of offensive stuff.
Yeah,
to
I forget. It was
Englishmen.
pretty funny.
Yeah, he really wanted to get arrested.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't blame him
Yeah.
after
He
what he
probably
did the night
busted out.
before. Yeah, he probably would have. Yeah. Do you guys like the way it ends?
Dude, I got chills because we get David killed, and I think it zooms in on his body,
Yeah.
cuts to black,
well,
and then
yeah. Well, Jenny Gutter's crying too. And,
dude,
yeah, it's great.
yeah,
Yeah,
blue,
It's great. Yeah,
blue.
I
it's
like the
great.
suddenness.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great. Imagine being in the theater and watching that for the first time.
Yeah.
Being like, what the hell?
It's just like
Yeah.
story's over, get the hell out
Yeah.
of the theater now.
Yeah.
It's not like
Exactly.
let's go back to the
Yeah.
Shire and let me tell you about how it all
Right,
wraps up
right.
and
Yeah,
how his
like
parents are sad.
how we saw how Jenny Gutter dealt with it. No, it's over.
Boom.
That's all we
done.
need to know.
Ooh,
Yeah,
chills.
great.
Chills.
It's great.
But I do like the Howling ending too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like both
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
them.
that was a good ending.
Yeah,
I
they-
think that was
they're
the best
both-
part.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
the Howling ends actually with the clip from the Wolfman, and she's like, the gypsy's telling Lon Chaney Jr., "Go now, and beware the moon." She says something like, "Heed my warning."
Mhm.
That's how it actually after the credits roll and everything with
Like
the
a
burger.
Marvel cinematic.
Yes,
after
yes,
credits.
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
catch that.
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah,
have to
it's-
watch the burger sizzle
Yeah.
to the end.
I saw the burger finish sizzling, and I was like,
Yeah.
all right, black screen.
Yeah,
done.
no, it does one of those nice newscast wipes, and then it goes to the Wolfman again. It's great.
I thought
Nice
London it was super effective and I got the chills, but I enjoyed like the burger patty.
It's good. That's Joe Dante's humor, you know.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm trying to think like an example. Like there's a lot of that in Gremlins too, of course. You know, like the Canadian themed restaurant. Like they're like, "And now for your dessert, chocolate mousse." You know, like shit like that. It's
Yeah.
just funny.
Yeah.
Should we rate these films, guys?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right.
You go first.
I'll go first. 5 out of 5 for American Werewolf in London, guys. Just one of the best films I've seen in a long time. Very effective use of music, great leads, great love interest. Yeah, I mean, we even had a dream sequence with Nazi werewolves, guys. That's what else you
Where the
want?
hell
Machine
those-
gun,
yeah, killing children.
You
Yeah,
fit that in here?
and parents.
Let's go.
Throat slits, and they bash the TV in. It's great.
Yeah, the music hit every time for me
Mhm.
because I do like real music in my films. Like I was talking about X, he uses in front of the fan,
Don't Fear the Reaper.
and I thought that didn't work in that film.
I was telling Roman, I don't know if it's just because I always associate that with two things: Halloween when they're driving around in the car, and I gotta have more cowbell.
Yeah,
I don't know, but it does kind of work.
I liked
for
it a
me,
lot.
for me, it doesn't work as well
Not
as
at
Bad
all.
Moon
It
Rising.
doesn't work at all for you.
I loved it
not
because
for
of
me.
the Halloween.
Okay,
reference.
it works not greatly, but it works for me a little bit.
Right, right.
Because Roman, actually, I think after I talked to you, I think it works a little bit better for me. Because you're like, because I'm like, I always think of Halloween, and you're like, right, but like, I like how it ties in with the solo of that song,
Yeah, it gets crazy.
and then it goes back into the da-na-na-na, and I'm like, that's a great fucking point.
Yeah.
That's fucking interesting,
That's
man. That's
fucking
fucking
interesting.
interesting.
Maybe I'll
Yeah.
rewatch that one. But that's an
I'm not trying to
example of
change your
how it
mind.
doesn't
I'm
work
just saying,
the best.
like after I talked to Roman about it, I was like, I never thought of it that way, and it broadened my horizon a little bit.
Nice.
But
Yeah.
anyway,
I'll revisit it. But yeah, super effective use of music in this one, and then just cut into black, and then of course Blue Moon, chills. Oh, The Piccadilly Square, great
Yeah, it's
action.
it's
Heads are
great.
rolling like you're saying. Werewolves
Yep.
jumping out.
People are
and-
getting run over.
That part's
Yeah.
awesome.
It's great.
So
it's
good.
little, and that's another great juxtaposition. All that great, and then it just cuts to Jenny Gutter sleeping peacefully in a hospital room.
Yeah.
It's just so the editing is so good.
Mhm.
Oh, I forgot to mention Rick Baker. He was like, we want to do bipedal, right? And John Landis was like, it has to be 4 legs. So they got into a little head bump there. I think I like the American Werewolf in London better. They're a little bit scarier, more vicious,
Yeah.
more primal.
Mhm.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know who I'd prefer to go up against, Howling or American Werewolf in London,
Either
but
way, it probably wouldn't end well.
yeah.
I'd take on the Howling guys, even though they're like invulnerable.
Yeah,
You know, they're
You
messing
know,
with the
okay,
girl a
one
little
thing,
bit.
the guy with the pelt in the Howling, we didn't talk about that guy.
that guy,
That
the
guy's-
brother.
Yeah, he's like he's like their hound when they're out hunting.
Oh yeah.
I liked
Yeah.
him.
Well-
I feel like if that movie was made 15 years later, they would have cast Seth Green. He kind of reminded me of
Oh
Seth
my
Green. For some- I
God.
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's like this guy should have been Seth Green if they made this in the 90s.
They
He
even
kinda
say
does
about
look
That would have
him.
been so much fun.
Yeah. Anyway,
Speaking of the Howling, I will give that one a 3 out of 5. It's
Wow,
very
okay.
average. It's not a bad movie. It's not
Okay,
my
wow.
favorite movie. Right in the middle. Of course, I give my respect to Joe Dante and the great cast.
is it
that's in
because he
there.
wouldn't let you take a Polaroid with him? Is that why you're giving him
Fuck Joe
Because I couldn't
Dante.
take a Polaroid of you guys.
Yeah. He is a werewolf. He's a gremlin. No.
Yes.
You know, like we're saying, not the best lead in that one. I did find the colony idea interesting, having the secret society. Great to see Slim Pickens. We love our Dick Miller. Dick Miller said that was his favorite film he's ever done.
I don't blame him.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was in a lot of movies. Oh, his name, Walter something, not Sobchak, Walter Paisley. There was a running gag, like so many movies Dick Miller was in, his name was Walter Paisley. It comes from this movie called A Bucket of Blood. And like if you look up Dick Miller's filmography, like 15 of his character roles was called Walter Paisley. Oh, we got the
Paisleys.
waps. Thank you, Sam.
Thanks,
thank you.
MC.
Yeah, I thought that was great too because his name is Roger Corman, who directed Bucket of Blood, is in The Howling. That's how Joe Dante got his start. Like,
Oh,
he
wow.
gives props to people, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. Sorry, 3 out of 5 for me on Howling. Not my favorite, but I give it respect.
where does it rank on your Joe Dante list?
It's not higher
Lower?
than Gremlins.
No,
Um,
Gremlins will always be his masterpiece.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other Joe Dantes I've seen
Have you seen The Burbs?
a long time ago.
Yeah, we got to do that.
I gotta
sometime.
rewatch that one.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
That's number one.
Yeah, that's my number one. Small Soldiers.
Ooh.
You like Small Soldiers, right?
Yeah, I like Small
Oh,
That's
is
Soldiers.
it?
one I don't
been a
care
while.
for.
She's in Small Soldiers. Karen, I think, is in
Really?
Small Soldiers.
No,
or is it?
I don't think so.
The other blonde lady again.
They kind of look alike. I get what yeah.
One of them is in. I don't know.
Yeah.
One of them's in Small Soldiers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe Dante.
That's Small Soldiers to me is just like a not as good Gremlins.
No, more kids
No,
too.
yeah,
Yeah.
More kids movie.
Yeah.
Plus, I haven't seen it since I was a kid, so
Yeah. I just wanted those fucking toys when I was a kid.
yeah. But Rome, what do you give these ones?
Man, maybe it's because I just watched them both for the first time together, but I have them a lot closer than you do.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm gonna go with 4.5 stars for An American Werewolf in London. It's probably the best werewolf movie I've ever seen, but it's not a super high bar to beat. You had to beat Cursed and Underworld, and,
Yeah.
you know, some other
Movies.
bullshit sci-fi
What's-
movie probably.
What's the new Marvel one that came out?
Oh, the one we were talking about. Yeah.
The Rat Wolf,
Guy,
Wolf Rat,
Wolf.
Morbius.
Wolf.
forget what it's
Werewolf
ca-
by Night.
Werewolf
Oh,
by Night.
I
Yeah.
thought you were talking about Morbius, bro.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh,
was it the
Morbius.
vampire
Yeah,
thing?
it's Morbin time. Anyway, yeah, 4.5 for me. I think what brings it down, because what you said is great. I also got to mention like the cinematography. I thought was really cool. Like the ambiance of it all, the set design and everything was just fantastic. Like the Slaughtered Lamb Inn. I want to go there, you know, and
Yeah.
eat a
let's
meat
go get
pie
that.
or
wanna
get
play-
rejected.
I want to play darts with them
Yeah, exactly.
and make him miss.
Yeah,
Scream.
and I really want like a
Make
shirt
me miss.
with the logo, you know.
They have to make that, right?
Yeah, the head on the
Yeah.
wolf head on a stick, like
And even then, he's just like, "What is this? Like, we're not going
Yeah.
in there.
It's
Like, what
very
the hell
welcoming.
is? Yeah."
Yeah.
It's like, come on, what is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the humor is really good throughout. You know, it's like sprinkled here and there. A lot of it is done with the editing, like you said, Ian. The different ways to cut to things, and You know, they do the same thing in Howling though. I mean, somebody gets like chopped up and then they like cut to a commercial of dog food or something like that.
Oh, and
That's
a
right,
lot of
yeah.
people are eating Wolf's chili.
Yeah,
That
wolf
was-
chili.
that was
I
cute.
caught that too.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
that
was
was
great.
cute.
But anyway, yeah, no, that it's like, again, maybe because I just watched them together, but they're very similar to me. An American Werewolf in London, I'll give 4.5 because maybe in the middle I felt like it kind of dragged when it, you know, he's just hanging out basically, not like right before he turns into a werewolf, but maybe before that, after he comes home. I wasn't sure if they were going to do it like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, where, you know, he's in the hospital and he's like, I just saw my friend. I thought maybe they were just going to keep him in the hospital the whole movie. And I was like, oh, God, I hope they don't do that. And then he leaves the next scene. Anyway, really great movie, 4.5. Howling, I'll probably drop to a 4. I still really liked Howling. I think just in comparison, it's not as strong as an American Werewolf in London, but you know, I like the characters. Mr. Fetterman or Futterman from the Gremlins, I always forget. He's probably my favorite character in any of these two movies.
Dick Miller, yeah.
Yeah, just in the 5 minutes of screen time he
Right.
gets. Yeah, I like the whole secret society idea of werewolves, the colony. What a great name. And maybe subconsciously or something, you said it's filmed up in Mendocino. I used to go to Mendocino County all the time. You know, when she's standing and looking at the beach,
More stuff in there.
you know, it just made me feel like, ooh, spooky. You
Yeah,
know, you're there and there's
it's-
fucking
it's-
werewolves howling
It's good,
around.
it's good atmosphere. Yeah, it's very good atmosphere.
And both of them have great atmosphere. But
Right.
yeah, Howling, I just felt like didn't necessarily hit the mark as well as an American Werewolf in London did. Again, I prefer the bipedal, but the one in London, you know, way more vicious. I had mentioned it earlier. The howl itself is like, I don't know, blood curdling. You know,
Mhm.
it's really, really scary. So yeah, 4.5 and 5, 4.5 and 4 for me. So
Nice.
really good movies, both of them.
Hell yeah. Christian, what do you give him?
Howling, I'm gonna give a 3. I liked it. I don't know, because I like the Howling a lot, but it's because I watched American Werewolf in London right after it, so I'm like, yeah, this is a lot better though. And what do you know?
Christian Eriksen Pro Skater.
Rock on, whatever. But yeah. I get kind of some Madman vibes with the Howling. The forest,
Really?
yeah,
Okay.
the
'Cause
forest
they're in a
setting
forest?
helps
Okay.
with that.
That's one of my favorite movies.
There's no werewolves in Madman.
No, it's a good old Madman.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Obviously, yeah, American Werewolf I like way more, but yeah, the Howling has this I don't know. I always like when they're in the forest. I like forest settings.
Yeah.
In movies, you know, like Evil Dead type of stuff, and
Under the full moon too, with like the fog and the ferns and stuff. It is
Mhm.
really
Is a full moon ever referenced in The Howling, though?
Yeah,
I don't think it is.
when they're talking to Dick Miller,
Oh,
they're
okay.
just like, nah, that
they
don't
mention
matter.
it, but it's
Yeah.
very
Right.
lit up in the forest. You know, it's a movie, so I guess you have to. Do
We
that.
never get that shot, though, of like
Right.
the full circle moon like we do
Right.
in London.
Or we
Yeah.
might when it pans up, maybe from the cartoon.
Oh, okay.
It might.
Okay.
But
Or the nurse is like working on somebody, I think, and or maybe see, I'm mixing up the two movies. I don't know.
Right, yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, Christian.
No, it's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I just American Werewolf is so much better. I don't know. I like I can feel more I don't know, the characters feel a little more grounded
Mm-hmm.
in American Werewolf. Like there are grounded characters for sure in the Howling, but it just feels more there in American Werewolf. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a regular random guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
Not a famous newscaster.
more interesting.
Yeah, the cast I like better too.
There's like Dee Wallace's husband has like a background. He was a football player, and like they never really do anything with that. You know,
Briefly
Mm.
mentioned.
it's like
yeah.
okay, cool,
Yeah.
good for you. Good for you. You like played up at Stanford or
That's a
something.
quarterback mustache.
I almost
Yeah.
wonder if they're trying to imply that she doesn't have to work or something.
Oh.
Maybe.
But-
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, but
I don't
he
know.
maybe, yeah, because it's just like, what does he do now? Because it's like you played football like in college, or did you ever go professional? What do you do? What do
How
you
much
do
you want to
now?
bet I could throw a football over the mountain?
Yeah, he's Uncle Rico. Yeah.
Real Uncle
Yeah.
Rico energy.
You might be right though. Maybe that is what they're implying.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
did seem unnecessary to bring that up.
Right. Yeah. It just didn't go anywhere. I don't know.
Maybe because he's a sex symbol,
Oh.
you know. That's why Martha wanted, or
So-
Marsha wanted them so bad.
Real quick. The guy who wrote, he's in the movie, The Morgue Attendant, Jack Sales. He wrote Alligator.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Good movie. I like
That's a
Alligator.
fun
We should
one,
talk about
too.
that sometime.
I'd like to watch
Anyway.
that. But yeah, American Werewolf in London, I just give that a 5. It's an awesome movie. Glad you decided to have us watch that. You hadn't seen? Had you seen either of these films?
No, neither.
What made you
Oh, you-
choose these?
Yeah.
I remember watching a documentary about special effects at one point. I
Okay.
can't remember what we were researching, but they mentioned these two films that came out at the same time.
They're Titans.
Yeah, just the amazing effects.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Yes, very good watches. So 5 and 3.
Yeah, 5 for American Werewolf, 3 for Howling for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Suze.
So again, tainted by the fact that I saw American Werewolf in London first. That one I would say is a 5
Right.
for sure. But I wouldn't rank The Howling very low. I'd say like not quite a 4, like 3.5, 3 3/4 maybe even.
Okay.
But yeah, yeah. I just the practical effects, the characters, just everything. I liked a little bit more.
Nice.
Yeah, good.
Ian.
Very good.
I'm gonna give the Howling a 4.
Okay.
I do really like
Okay.
it. I think because this came, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just because I like movies from this era a lot, and this one feels it almost like the whole her walking around L.A. and with Robert Picardo in the back. It feels like a slasher, and I really like slasher. This
Yeah.
came out in 1981, is the year of the slasher. There's like 15,000 slasher movies that year. It just, and like you were saying, Roman, the Mendocino, I think it's a great setting, just the fog and everything. Like the Moors is cool too, but I just really like that. You know, it's just like the fucking characters, just like meh.
I'm trying to remember another movie. I think maybe I'm thinking of Rambo 1 when we
Oh, yeah.
get kind of the same like
Definitely.
Forest.
Yeah, the Pacific
Northwest.
Northwest
Yeah.
setting. Yeah, it's great.
It's a great setting.
Yeah. I really like the Howling. The effects are really good. Some of them aren't so good, but when they hit very well. And yeah, you know, it's one that I really like. You know, again, I think it makes a really good double feature for an American Werewolf in London. And yeah, I really like it a lot. I think maybe even this time watching it, I liked it even more.
Nice.
Where do you have it on your Joe Dante?
It's funny you mentioned that. I was just gonna talk about,
Well,
it's I agree with Carlos. It's no Gremlins. Gremlins. Are we talking like this is the thing that's kind of tough for me. What I think or what
Your
like
opinion.
objectively, like
yeah,
subjectively.
subjectively, I'd say.
Burbs is number 1.
Mhm.
Gremlins is probably 2. Then Gremlins 2. And then maybe this.
Okay.
And then like Piranha and Explorers Inner Space, you know, those I'd have to think more about those. But
You prefer the first Gremlins?
yeah, I
You
do. That's the only one I saw as a kid. That's not true. I saw 2 on TV, parts of it. I didn't even really start liking Gremlins until I was an adult.
No, okay.
It's not that I didn't like it. I just I don't know. It just didn't click with me as a kid as much as like a Star Wars or Indiana Jones or Back to the Future.
Okay.
You know,
I
James Bond.
was at a sleepover because my friend in elementary school, his birthday was on Halloween,
Oh, nice.
and they had his parents had us watch Gremlins. It was
That's
like
cool.
we were like 10 or
Nice.
something. I didn't watch Gremlins 2 till I was like 15 or something. I saw it on Xbox.
Okay, I didn't see it the whole thing until I was probably like in college.
Wow,
It's great. Those are great movies.
nice.
4, I don't know. Is 4 great? Would that be a great movie?
That's pretty
Four
good. film.
It's
for-
pretty good.
Four is
Very
a great
good.
score,
Okay. Yeah.
Four-
I feel like
four
this
to me
is a
is, like,
very
good,
good
pretty
movie. That's why I'm giving it a 4.
Talking about the Howling.
The Howling, yeah.
Okay.
An American Werewolf, it's a 5.
Right.
It's a
Yeah.
5. It's honestly, I don't really have much to say negatively about it.
No, I can't think of
Yeah.
anything negative.
It's a great 80s horror. These are both great 80s horror movies, great werewolf movies. Like this, Animal House, Blues Brothers are probably the best things John Landis ever did. And yeah, it's just a great movie. Yeah, 5 out of 5. I can't find much bad to say about it.
Yeah.
It's my favorite werewolf movie. So
Definitely.
yeah, I'm glad you
Same.
chose them. Thank you.
Heck yeah! Thanks for
so-
watching with me, guys.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Anytime.
I was right there the whole time.
Yeah, we were with you. I had your back.
Next Saturday, we'll be headed to the theaters to see the original Dawn of the Dead
In
by George
3D.
in 3D.
Oh,
Yo,
that sounds
Blood and guts in our face.
yeah. So look forward to that one. We will be back momentarily on another stream. We'll start a new one. We're gonna review the Ghost Whopper. Yeah. We might end up turning into
Ooh,
ghosts.
Yeah, we're gonna we're gonna be spooky apparitions.
Yeah.
Strange apparitions.
If I die, I'll come back and haunt you.
Yeah, yeah.
Kill
What if we all?
yourself.
You have to kill
Wait! If we all die, how does that work?
I
Stream
don't
goes
know.
on forever and ever.
We
Can we
can
haunt each other even though we're still ghosts?
We can haunt the king.
There we go. We'll go haunt
Ooh.
Burger King.
Kill yourself. King.
That sounds like a Scooby Doo episode. The haunting of the burger joint.
Yeah.
I would
Maybe
love
it-
that.
Shaggy and
Yeah.
Scooby just eating whole.
That's
Yeah.
straight up
That's
Scooby Doo.
amazing.
Or Simpsons, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. But it'd be very Scooby Doo, like the burger joint they hang out at is haunted.
Mhm.
It's very
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo.
Scoop! I found ghost jizz in my burger.
Oh,
Yeah, ectoplasm. Hey.
Fred.
Yeah.
Jinkies.
Yeah.
Hey.
Chase, chase each other around the Burger King back room, like one door. And then
Fucking-
another
yeah.
door.
This
Oh
ain't
my
a
God.
cum burger, Scoop. This is jizz in my burger.
Yeah.
I fucked that up. I was gonna say something even better.
You know they
But
make
yeah.
burgers out of nuts, a nut burger.
Yeah.
Can you say that
They
maybe?
do.
You nutted in your burger.
And Shaggy could eat it because
Yes,
he's a
every-
vegan.
Yeah, I'm not a
Vegetarian.
big fan of nut burgers. I prefer like the soy based. Anyway,
All right,
That's a lot of
we'll be
discussion.
back, guys.
Yeah.
Stick around YouTube.
Come
Yeah.
back
Look
for
up in the
burger
next
talk.
stream.
thank you for watching.
Next up is Last Night We Ate. Oh, and thanks for being here, Susie.
Yeah, thank you,
guys so
Susie.
much
Yeah.
for
Pleasure
having
as
me on.
always.
Yeah,
Thanks for
you
watching
being
movies with us.
Oh, of course.
And gentlemen, thank you as always. Until
You as well.
we'll be back in a little bit. Bye. Oh man, I gotta whiz, boys. I gotta